Welcome to the 2014 NECBL Championship Series.
0-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch on the hand. Sent into center field. It's a leadoff single for Sam Balzano. Goes to 2 for 4 on the day. Nick Lavello, the top of the order, comes up. He punts to the right side. It's a good sac punt by Lavello. Moving Balzano to second base. The winning run at second base for the Mainers. 3-3 score, bottom of the 10th. First pitch to Dexter from Crisculo with a runner on second and Balzano. 1 out in the inning. Crisculo set at the belt. Fastball right down the middle, strike 1. 0-1 delivery, an off-speed pitch off the end of the bat into center field. Balzano round third, touches the bag. You come home, a walk-off RBI single, the Mainers win it. They're going on to play Vermont in the second round. 4-3 on a walk-off RBI by Sam Dexter. The Mainers win.
Game 2 tonight from Goodall Park between the Newport Gulls and your Sanford Mainers.
Runners at second and third, 2 out. Spencer from the bump. Off-speed pitch off the end of the bat into right field. That's going to take 1 run. Balzano scores. Parker rounds third. The throw is coming home, and Parker is safe. 2-2. It's tied up on a double RBI single for Corey Rayleigh. All over a pitch, driving it the opposite way into right field. The throw from Lyman was off target, and Parker slides in safely. The off-speed pitch through the left field, and that ball is gone. A 3-run bomb from the bat of Dan Hetzel. 5-2, the Mainers lead. All 5 runs have been brought across in the bottom of the third on just 2 hits from the Mainers' bat. 1 out away. The Mainers on the cusp of a championship appearance for the first time since 2008, as Hatch will face Mike Bigliarolo. It's an 0-1 count between Hatch and Bigliarolo. Lefty-righty, 0-1 delivery is a fastball, swung on a miss for strike 2. 1 strike away from the 2014 NECBL title game. In a battle for the Fay Vincent Cup that will start at the conclusion of Newport and Plymouth. 0-2 delivery is swung on and missed, and the Mainers win. The Mainers win 9-6, and they're going to the championship series. Hatch gets his 3rd save of the postseason, and the Mainers win. As the Mainers sweep the finals in the Northern Division, final 9-6, series 2-0, Mainers.
It's time for Mainers Baseball with the voice of the Gulls, Nick Lima, and your voice of the Mainers, Jeff Bowe.
Welcome inside Goodall Park on a beautiful evening in Sanford. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima, bringing you this one between the Sanford Mainers and the Newport Gulls. The second game, Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series, a battle for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. 1-0 Newport leads, and after last night, you have to feel very confident if you're the Gulls coming here to Goodall Park.
Last night was one of the best playoff games in Newport Gulls history. A 5-0 shutout in Game 1 of the LCS. Newport Gulls dominant all 3 sides of the game, especially defensively. No errors for the Newport Gulls defensively, and an outstanding catch in center field that really saved the ball game with the tying runs on in the 8th. Jose Vizcaíno Jr. with a big league catch and double play turned to double up a runner off of first base. That was only for 2 outs in the inning, but the Gulls bullpen came in to shut down the Mainers as the Gulls offense powered to 13 hits, a 5-run attack, and shutting out the Mainers in Game 1, and now the Gulls 1 win away from a 6th Fay Vincent Cup.
Yeah, that inning was led off by Dan Hetzel, who walked to get on in the top of the 8th inning for your Mainers, and then Kendall Patrick lined one halfway off the wall in right field, and there were runners at first and second. It was the first time a runner has reached second all game for the Mainers against the stellar pitching and the pitching staff of Kilichowski. At that point, it was McCoy on the mound that came in and was doing solid work as well, considering he just pitched 7 innings 2 days before. And then Armand Rugel came in and closed out the Mainers, but the Mainers left that runner stranded at second. A deep fly ball to straightaway center field by Mike Racino. He thought he had it off the bat, and obviously he did not. Jose Vizcaíno made an outstanding jumping, leaping grab at the center field wall to rob what could have been a 2-bagger, played it at least 1 run, maybe put a guy on second and third, obviously, and the Mainers would have been back in the game there, trailing at 2-1, possibly 2-2, just depending on the carom off the wall out there. But it was an outstanding play, and again, I talked to manager Aaron Isaac before the game tonight. He said it could have gone one way or the other. If the ball's 6 feet either way, it bounces away, and you never know. The Mainers are back in this one. So
even if that ball is 6 inches either way, but even John Kilichowski, too, play almost overshadowed his performance, took a no-hitter into 2 outs into the 7th, and in fact was perfect through the first 5 innings of play.
Yeah, Nick Poor lasted 6 innings. He allowed 2 earned runs, both of them earned with 6 strikeouts. Cody Doobie came in, worked a scoreless inning. Then the last couple runs were on Anthony Schiavarella as it was salted away by the Newport Gulls. A good game for the Gulls back at home at Cardines Field, a place where the Mainers seem to struggle year in and year out. They haven't won a game there in quite some time, dating back to 2008, so it's been quite a while going on the road. Tonight, the Mainers will try to defend their home park here and force a deciding Game 3 tomorrow back at Cardines Field. I caught up with manager Aaron Izarek on the pregame show. We'll head to break real quick and come back with that interview after the break. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima here from Goodall Park on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Baseball fans ever wonder why our players have such sweet swings? That's because they're using Dream Bats, the official bat of the NECBL. Head to dreambats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at Dream Bat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL.
Back on the Sanford Mainers pregame show here at Goodall Park, Game 2 of the NECBL Championship game for 2014. Aaron, just going over last night real quickly, what are your comments, thoughts about last night's game?
Well, we ran into a real good pitcher. I mean, Kilichowski is one of the best we've seen in the league all year, and it's the first time we've seen him, and he's a future big leaguer in my opinion, and he threw like it last night, boy, and he's only going to get better at Vanderbilt. He's young, and certainly there's a pivotal play. He made good plays on defense. Vizcaíno made a pivotal, big-time play, and that goes differently. It might be a different game. Who knows? But certainly I like what we did. Offensively, we had our chances, but like I said, we got limited by a good arm.
Yeah, Kilichowski came out and had a one-hitter for the entire game, a no-hitter through 7 innings against the Mainers, and then Caden Bailey was able to bloop one into center to get the first hit on, and then the Mainers threatened, like you described, and an outstanding play by Jose Vizcaíno Jr. kind of quelled that threat for the Mainers, and it had to be frustrating for the guys.
You know what? Frustrating. It was just one of those things. It's baseball, and I'm not sure our guys are frustrated by it. Certainly, we look at it and go, "Holy cow! If that ball's six feet up or 6 feet off, it's a lot different." And I think Mike went in and he pinch hitter. It's tough to go in there and barrel a ball against a good arm like McCoy, and he did. And so we executed what we needed to do. They made a great play on defense, and that's a credit to them more than it's us not doing our job. So, for us, our guys looked and said, "Wow, that could have been different." And we knew we were one hit away from making that game a different game, and we're hoping to get in that spot again and have a different result.
Tonight, facing Jack Patterson, another good arm from the left-hand side for the Gulls. What do you expect from that pitcher?
Well, we've seen him once, I believe. I think he pitched opening night, and so it's a long time ago. He's better. Hopefully we're better, and I expect him to go out and compete. It's a championship game for them, and I wouldn't expect anything less than him to go out and show his best stuff, and we got to beat him on his best night. And if we can play our game and play clean defense and have a good game behind Verona, we have a chance.
Verona coming in with his second start of the postseason. He won his first at Keene in a huge game, too. Similar situation now to Keene, having your backs against the wall. And why not us, basically, right, Coach?
That's it. I mean, Newport pitches, so do we. We just got to get that big hit. And like all year, we haven't, once we got our base runners on, we got to take care of them and execute in a big spot. And if we execute the game, we got a chance. If we play from the lead, we'll be all right. Playing from behind isn't our forte, but I don't think any team really wants to be behind and see what happens. So, we changed things around the lineup a little bit tonight. We flip-flopped some guys and did some different things and played some matchups. Patterson's real tough on lefties, and we were very aware of that. So, made some adjustments and see if we can make something happen tonight.
You got to like the way Balzano's producing in the playoffs for you. He's moved to the one spot in tonight's lineup. What do you expect from him leading off the team?
I'm so happy to see him playing well. He's had a tough summer. Admittedly, he was frustrated all summer. He's an all-star in this league last year, hit 300, and this is more of the real Sam Balzano we're seeing. Whatever was different with baseball the last 2 months for him it is what it is. But good things happen to good people. He got hot at the right times, and we feel real comfortable with him in our leadoff spot tonight.
Got to feel comfortable with Rich Verona on the mound as well. He had 8 strikeouts through 7 innings against the Keene Swamp Bats. NECBL starter for the All-Star game this year. You got to feel solid behind your lefty arm. Yeah,
anytime you can have your best guy, and certainly a guy who started the All-Star game for our side, you're going to feel pretty good about going into the game, into a game you got to stay alive with. And our guys are loose, our guys are ready, and our guys still want to be here. And this is the first group in a long time that I haven't had to worry about guys coming to the bus and saying, "Hey, coach, may not be here or this or that. Those things happen, but this team isn't looking for excuses. This team wants to win. They want to win together, and it's been the credo all year. They really, really want to win for each other.
They seem to be enjoying each other's company all season long. This is one of the tightest knit groups I've seen in a summer collegiate team.
Yep, and I'm impressed with all the character they've shown. They dealt with adversity and really worked hard at just coming together as a team. And they really, really care about each other, and that's a credit to the host families and getting these guys around each other and creating the right relationships. They're not going to remember what their batting average was or how many guys they struck out necessarily, but they'll probably remember who wore what number and what the starting lineup was and where each guy played, and that's the stuff you take with you. These numbers are important for pro scouts and stuff, but eventually you stop playing baseball, and these guys will stay in touch over the course of their lives, and who knows, they might be in weddings together, and their kids might hang out together, and it's one of those things that I feel old saying, but it's so important for me that guys truly love each other and really come together as a team and play for each other. I just make the lineup.
So building always memories here in Sanford, Maine. A great summer of baseball. Certainly they want to keep it going tonight in Game 2 of the 2014 NECBL Championship Series. What is the one key that they really have to get going to get a victory tonight?
Well, without Mafia on the bus and playing the game on the bus, we don't have that option tonight. So I think what we'll do is, we got to get our leadoff guy on. It's one of those things that if we get the leadoff guy on, our game starts with hit and runs, bunts, steals. We can do a lot of things. And Kilichowski, you don't give up hits. We don't get guys on base, and that's tough for us to score runs. We're not a team that hits big balls, and we don't leave the yard a lot. And so we have to steal our way to second base, get in scoring position, and score a single a lot of times. And that's okay. We've won that way. And if we can just take care of our at-bats and get to their bullpen, certainly. Yesterday that's when we were dangerous. Patterson, we have to see pitches from, and certainly he's done his job all year for them, and they pitch. So hopefully if we can get into their bullpen early, we may have a chance to do something different here tonight.
All right, that's manager Aaron Izarek on the Sanford Mainers pregame show for game number 2 of the NECBL Championship Series. Thanks, Coach.
NECBL fans, there's no better way to support your favorite franchise than by wearing their official team apparel. And the only place to get your official NECBL gear is online at NECBL.com. Stocked with t-shirts, polo shirts, outerwear, caps, and more for men, women, and youth. The NECBL online store is the place to get all of your officially licensed NECBL merchandise. Visit the online store at shop.necbl.com and support your favorite team today.
This is Kendall Patrick from the University of Michigan, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here inside Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Thank you to manager Aaron Izarek for joining me on the pregame show. Again, the pitching matchup for tonight is the left-handed pitcher, number 7, Jack Patterson, 5-3 on the year, 1-0 in the playoffs with a 3.66 ERA total on the entire season. And left-handed pitcher from Marist College, number 25, Rich Verana, 2-0 on the season, 1-0 in the playoffs, 3-0 with a 1.37 ERA on the season. Rich Verana in Game 2 of the semis worked 7 innings, allowing just 1 hit with 8 strikeouts and a big 3-0 victory at Keene. With their backs against the wall, similar to tonight's Game 2, down 1-0, the Mainers responded and got a big victory on the road. Here in this ballpark on the regular season, the Mainers were below 500 at 10-11. They've been 2-1 in the postseason here at Goodall, and they're starting to swing the bats a little bit better on a regular. Corey Rayleigh leading the way with a .474 average coming into this game tonight and before last night. So they'll try to get the bats going. It'll be against a very tough pitching staff and a very talented roster in the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, the Newport Gulls come into tonight's game. They were not the best team in the NECBL here in 2014, but they've gotten hot at the right time. It's the team that gets hot towards the end in the playoffs in August that can walk away with the championship. Of course, if the Mainers can win here tonight, force a Game 3, anything will go. And certainly the Newport Gulls, who have a much depleted roster at this point, low on pitchers, only have a few available in the bullpen, a couple of righties, a couple of lefties, the only arms left. But the Gulls offensively have carried themselves, even when they've been down 5 runs twice in the series against the Waves and the Plymouth Pilgrims. The bats came alive and either came back to either tie the score or take a lead and hold it.
Yeah, I noticed Plymouth jumped on early in all 3 of those games, but but Newport came back and at least tied it up. They forced extras in Game 2. What an exciting game at Cardines Field to be a part of for Newport.
Yeah, the Gulls were down 6-3 in the ninth. They were actually no hit themselves into the 7th. then piled on the hits in the later innings, chipping away, and that was one of the most exciting playoff games I have ever seen in my time calling baseball, as Newport and Plymouth battled it out to the 12th. It was the Pilgrims that had the edge to force Game 3, and then Newport again down in that contest 3-0, had a big 6th inning.
Yeah, and it was back and forth. Well, most of the regular season, Newport won the regular season series 5-1, right? Correct? And so it was really just one of those things, like you said, whoever was hot was going to get hot at the right time and plate those winning runs. When it went back to Plymouth, you thought Newport's got a great shot to win this thing. They got all the confidence despite losing in Game 2, and they still forced it to Game 3. And it was obviously an exciting series between those two teams. The Mainers and Vermont, that went quicker than everybody expected. I think we expected a 3-game set between the Mountaineers and the Mainers at least, and certainly Vermont came out and the Mainers shut them down in Game 1. It was an outstanding effort to get a 4-1 victory at Montpelier. Outstanding work from tomorrow's probable starter and Brett Adcock, limiting their offense to just 1 run. And it was a big series victory, and obviously this entire stadium here, it all went nuts when they won that second game. The Mainers were just trying to avoid heading back to Montpelier because that's not an easy trek from any part here in the NECBL, and that was one of the big motivations to head on to this round. They got it done. One of the heart-stopping series was the first series, the semis against Keene. A walk-off RBI single by Sam Dexter plated Sam Balzano, and that won the game in the bottom of the 10th inning. The Mainers again are 1-0 in extra innings on this postseason, and they're batting .211 as a team in the playoffs. Coming into last game, they were batting over .224 as a team in the playoffs, and really that's a credit to Kilichowski dropping the average that many points in just one game.
Yeah, John Kilichowski,
he was outstanding.
His performance in last night's contest was just a near perfect. Of course, it was actually perfect for the first 5 innings, just that one hit by pitch in the 6th. Then to come out and continue to shut down the Mainers the way he did, getting a key pickoff, getting a key double play ball. He faced a minimum going into the 7th, and finally no hit bid was broken up. And what was amazing about it was he was on a 75 pitch count limit, and he only threw 71 pitches through 7 innings. Usually you'll see a starter get to 75 around the 5th or 6th, and for him to go as deep in that ball game as he did, which he had to do. The Gulls had no one left in the bullpen, really. That was just everything the Newport Gulls needed in Game 1.
He had 7 strikeouts in that effort. There were a lot of flyouts for the Mainers. Sam Dexter popped out each and every time. All 4 times he was up, he lifted it to the outfield. And that's a different experience for Dexter because the last time he was at Cardines, he was outstanding. The first game against Jack Patterson, he went 3 for 3 against Patterson, and he was batting over 400 in the beginning part of the season. And then he goes in there in tonight's game. That feels like a lifetime ago. I barely remembered what the stadium looked like when I showed up there yesterday, being back in June. So
June 6th, the first time these two teams met, even the second time these two teams met here at Goodall Park, which was a very tight game, 4-3, edge to the Gulls, but that was anybody's ball game. Those games seemed like they were maybe last season or ages ago. So much has happened, so much has transpired with both of these clubs since then.
Well, I was joking with Nick Lavelle. You were saying we had 11 players back then. So, again, it was just a different team for both Newport and Sanford as we pause for our national anthem. We'll head to break here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The official bat of the NECBL. Head to DreamBats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at DreamBat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL. Want NECBL stats and box scores but can't get to every game? Look no further than your smartphone. Visit NECBL.com to download the Point Streak app to have access to live box scores, pitch-by-pitch updates, and so much more. The Point Streak app is the perfect way to follow your favorite NECBL team when you can't be at the park. Available on the iOS App Store and the Android Marketplace. Head to NECBL.com for more details. The New England Collegiate Baseball League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is Sam Balzano from the University of Maine, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe and Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Game 2 of the 2014 NECBL Battle for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup here at Goodall Park. The Gulls lead 1-0, and now it's time for the starting lineup for the Newport Gulls. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you very much, Jeff Bowe. Leading off, the shortstop, Tommy Edmond. Batting second, left fielder, Ben Roberts. Hitting third, the first baseman, Blaze Salter. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Tanner Donalds. In the 5-hole, Jose Vizcaíno Jr., the center fielder. Batting sixth, the catcher, P.J. Jones. The designated hitter, Tyler Green, bats seventh. Hitting eighth, third baseman, Reed Gamache. And rounding out the order for the Newport Gulls, the second baseman, Shea Domlin.
Heading from left to right across the diamond for your Northern Division champion, Sanford Mainers. From third base, Caden Bailey out of Georgia State University. Shortstop, heading to Texas Tech in the fall, number 19, Corey Rayleigh. At second base, number 4 from Southern Maine, Sam Dexter. At first base, number 26, last night's catcher, Kendall Patrick. Over in left field, from the University of Maine Orono, wearing number 15, Sam Balzano. In center field, from Vanderbilt, number 1, Drake Parker. Out in right field, from Marist College, number 8, Matt Pagano. And behind home plate, Kevin Stipolkowski wearing number 23. On the mound for the Mainers, as mentioned, his regular season record was 2-0. His overall ERA 1.37. The lefty, number 25, Rich Verana. The designated hitter for your Sanford Mainers from the University of Maryland, College Park, number 24, Mike Rossino. So as we work closer to first pitch tonight, it's really a big key for the Mainers to get on the board early to try and get a victory here and to hold down the talented bats of the Newport Gulls, who have been on a tear in the postseason offensively.
Now this team batting above 300, actually batting 308 as a team in the playoffs, and that was after a regular season, which were they were the middle of the pack, 6th in the league, and team batting average at just 253.
And this is even more telling stat. In scoring position with 2 outs, the Gulls are batting .404 in these playoffs. That's just outstanding. And you're going to score a lot of runs with that kind of production. You're going to win a lot of baseball games as well.
They've been red hot up and down the lineup. Doesn't matter if it's the 8-hitter, the leadoff man, the cleanup hitter. They've been driving in runs and doing so when it really counts.
Rich Verana is a lefty pitcher, as mentioned. And the last time he worked the mound was Game 2 against the Keene Swamp Bats. Looking very good against the Swamp Bats at Alumni Field in a must-win game. He's in a similar situation tonight in another must-win for your Sanford Mainers. At that point, he was 2-0 with a 1.72 ERA, and that one outing had dropped him down to a 1.37. With 8 Ks in 7 innings of work, just 1 hit and just 2 walks on that night. Just 3 walks through 3 pitchers. Cam Hatch came in and recorded his first save of the postseason, issuing 1 free pass and then 3 straight strikeouts after he let the first 2 on by way of a walk and a single. The Mainers' goal will try to get the ball to Cam Hatch, the closer, who's been very good all season. Number 2 closer here in the NECBL with 8 saves in the regular season, 3 here in the postseason, a 2-0 record as well from the bump, and that means they got to score some runs early on or in general tonight, as they were shut out last night at Cardines.
Newport Gulls, of course, will play Game 3 now in each of their 2 series going into this game. That means their pitching staff is a bit depleted, but it also means that they've been a scrappy team. They've been coming from behind. They've been winning any way they can, and they've been doing so effectively when it counts in Game 3 situations. So if the Gulls do lose here tonight and Game 3 is forced, a deciding Game 3, Newport will be prepared.
Now, Rich Verana, as mentioned, from Marist College, going to his senior season, was 2-7 last year. He admits they had a rough year at Marist with a 5.11 ERA. He recorded 40 strikeouts and an opposition batting average of 228 last season. And during the 2013 season, he was stellar with a 5-1 average, a staff best average, and a 2.87 ERA. He'll dig in against Tommy Edmond, the leadoff hitter for the Gulls. Wielding the bat from the right-hand side against the lefty pitcher. as we are here at first pitch, 6:36 p.m. here in Sanford, Maine. Fastball across for strike one. Mainers in the playoffs 4-2. Newport Gulls 5-2 on the postseason. 0-1 are the Mainers in this series, trying to even this thing up after 5-0 loss at Cardines Field in Newport last night. Fastball in the corner, strike two. 0-2 count to Tommy Edmond. Ben Roberts on deck, Blaze Salter in the hole. Balzano in the leadoff spot for the Mainers tonight. Sam Dexter in the 2 spot. Caden Bailey in the 3 spot once again. 0-2 delivery is a fastball outside. Misses for ball one. A 1-2 count to Edmond. Edmond went 2 for 4 with an RBI single last night. Brought that across in the 5th. He also stole a base for the Gulls. Right side of the infield and Corey Rayleigh deep. Third base at Caden Bailey even with the bag. 1-2 delivery in on the hands. It's drilled out to left field, putting Balzano on the trot back towards the warning track. Makes the grab for out number 1. Just lifted that one, did Edmond from the barrel of his bat and held up there. Little slight gust going from left to right in left center field. As Rich Verona retires the first batter he faces. And Tommy Edmond fly out to Balzano in left field. Ben Roberts, a left-handed batter, will dig in with 1 out on the board. Verona set at the belt, looks in, gets the signs from Stipolkowski. Comes set at the chin, rocks out of the windup, he'll deliver. Fastball, misses off the corner, ball 1. Mainers at one point won 8 in a row. That was 1 win shy of a team record, which is sitting at 9 on the season after losing 5 straight. The Mainers' win streak was snapped by Keene, and then they lost the 2nd in a row against Plymouth in back-to-back nights. This one misses outside, 2-0 count to Roberts. And it's been led by the staff, 2nd in the NECBL in pitching, behind Plymouth for most of the season. Finish of a team best, a franchise record 1.70 ERA in the regular season. 2-0 delivery off speed, big swing and misses for strike 1. 2-1 count to Roberts. Rich Verona was near the top in a lot of statistical categories. His inning count kind of dwindled as we moved about over halfway past the All-Star break, and then he got back in with a couple of outings before the end of the regular season, certainly trying to rest his arm to get him ready for the postseason. As a 2-1 delivery is a off-speed pitch that's fouled straight back. It's evened up at 2 apiece.
Bender Roberts is only hitting .219 this playoff run so far. Last season in the playoffs, he hit .290 for the Gulls, but he's tripled his RBI total. That shows you how hot this team is with runners on base. He has 6 RBI this playoff season compared to 2 in 7 games in 2013.
Rano will certainly have to pick his spots very carefully against this dangerous batting order. Off speed in the dirt, ball 3, 3-2 count to Roberts. Blaze Salter, one of those dangerous bats on deck, just went 1 for 4 with a single last night. So one of the power bats, at least limited by Nick Poore in the pitching of the Mainers. He's certainly a dangerous hitter, also an imposing force in the batter's box. 3-2 payoff pitch from Rich Verona. Fastball hit to the middle infield to the right side, collected by Dexter. He'll toss on to first to retire out number 2.
Now batting from Michigan State University, the first baseman, number 37, Blaze Salter.
Dexter at second tonight. Once again, he was second last night as well. Rayleigh at short after taking a few days just batting in the designated hitter spot at the beginning of these playoffs, and he was doing outstanding, batting 744 through the first 474 through the first 2 series, leading the Mainers on the batting average tilt with 3 RBIs. Dexter has a walk-off RBI to his name in these postseasons as well. 2 outs on the board. First pitch to Blaze Salter, misses high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Salter. Salter from Michigan State with a 1-0 count. Slightly open stance against the left-handed pitcher and Rich Verona. Infield deep, outfield pretty much straight away except Parker to the second base side in center field as this one's across the middle for strike 1. 1-1 count to Salter. 2 outs against the Gulls here in the top of the first inning from Goodall Park. Game 2 of the 2014 NECBL Championship Series. This is the decider for the Gulls. If they win it, they wrap up the Fay Vincent Senior Cup and the series is over as this one's lifted to straightaway center field. Drake Parker on his horse will collect himself underneath it and make the grab for the final out of the inning. A fly out, 2 flyouts, and a ground out. With the pop out to center field for out number 3, and good work by Vrana getting through the top of the first with no hits, no runs, nobody left on for the Gulls after a half inning of play. The Mainers will come up with Sam Balzano, Sam Dexter, and Caden Bailey to face Jack Patterson for the Gulls here in Game 2. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network bringing this one from beautiful Goodall Park.
Want NECBL stats and box scores but can't get to every game? Look no further than your smartphone. Visit NECBL.com to download the Point Streak app to have access to live box scores, pitch-by-pitch updates, and so much more. The Point Streak app is the perfect way to follow your favorite NECBL team when you can't be at the park. Available on the iOS App Store and the Android Marketplace. Head to NECBL.com for more details.
This is Rich Verano from Marist College, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As I mentioned, Sam Balzano, left-handed, will face the lefty pitcher in Jack Patterson. Sam Dexter, Caden Bailey to the defensive side for the Gulls.
Around the infield for the Newport Gulls, Blaine Salter gets a start at first base, Shade Nolan at second, Tommy Edmonds over at shortstop, Henry Gamache at third. Outfield from left to right, Ben Roberts, Jose Vizcaíno Jr., and Tanner Donalds. P.J. Jones catches Jack Patterson, making his second postseason start. Patterson, 3.50 regular season ERA, got the win in his other postseason start against the Ocean State Waves. 8 innings, that 9-4 victory, 4 earned runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts.
Sam Balzano comes up. Sam Balzano was out in left field last night as well for the Mainers. He finished 1 for 3 with an infield single. That was in the top of the 9th, the lead off the top of the 9th. One of just 3 hits that the Mainers were able to muster against the pitching staff, mostly Kilichowski. Outstanding work from the rubber, as that one's fired in there, misses low for ball 1. Balzano struggled on the season for the Mainers offensively. He led the team last year with a .310 batting average. This year, he was struggling batting below 200 on the regular season, but in the postseason it's exploded, batting .364 for the Mainers with 3 walks. He has an on-base percentage of .500. He's been caught stealing once in this postseason. He's a very speedy leadoff hitter as he fouls that one off, 1-1 count. Next delivery is once again lifted foul and out of play. 1-2 count. Balzano finds himself behind against Patterson. Brett Adcock, should this go a game 3, will be the 3rd game starter. He's out of the University of Michigan. 1-2 delivery is a breaking ball. Misses high for ball 2, a 2-2 count. On deck, Sam Dexter from Southern Maine, batting .160 in the postseason with 3 RBIs, as this one's spoiled again on a 2-2 delivery for a foul ball. Mainer's credo has been why not us in this postseason. Certainly with their backs against the wall against Keene, they were motivated to come back, and they've won 4 straight after that one. Check swing, bounces down the third base line. Gamache has trouble fielding, and he has no play at first, and that's a tough one to rule there. Certainly a tough infield grounder. As it bounced off the glove of Gamache, I think we're going to go E5 on that one. An error by the third baseman.
Third error of the postseason for Reed.
So Balzano reaches on a leadoff check swing, bouncing down the third base line. Gamache had trouble fielding it. There was no play after it hit off the heel of his glove. And now Sam Dexter will dig in. From Oakland, Maine, righty batter against Jack Patterson. Delivers a fastball low and misses for ball 1. 1-0 count. The umping crew behind home plate, Jeff January. In the field is Rick Del Vecchio and Bruce James. Runner takes his lead from first, and Balzano has been caught stealing once in this postseason. Off-speed pitch across the middle for strike 1. 1-1 count to Dexter. Balzano's a very good speedster, a dangerous runner. The Mainers will look to put him in motion any chance they get. Fastball misses low for ball 2. 2-1 count to Dexter. I believe Dexter's playing in over his 90th game in this calendar year. He played 51 at Southern Maine this last regular season and postseason included. And heading late into the playoffs at 42, he was at 93 total games before the end of the regular season was over. So he's played a lot of baseball. Runner goes. Hit to the right side. That's going to skip through in for a single. Balzano around second and head on to third. And going from first to third on a single is Sam Balzano from the bat of Sam Dexter.
Effective hit and run there, played by the Mainers, put runners at the corners, nobody out, and Patterson has to work out of an early jam.
First hit in the first inning. This is more like it for the Mainers. Last night certainly was a great effort, great pitching performance by Kilichowski, as this Mainer squad is not an easy team to hold off the base pass. As Caden Bailey will come up for the Mainers, batting .217 in the postseason with 1 home run. That was a solo shot in Game 2 against the Keene Swamp Bats. And 1 RBI, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 stolen base. That misses for ball 1 from Patterson. Runners at first and third. E5, Balzano reaches on an error by Gamache. Then a single to the right side on a hit and run from Dexter moves him on to third. 1-0 delivery, a breaking ball sent off the end of the bat, foul and out of play. 1-1 count to Caden Bailey. Bailey's been a constant threat in this order for the Mainers. Played in pretty much every single game so far this season. And he's been stellar for the Mainers. He's been really very good defensively as well. I believe coming into the postseason only had 7 errors, as he played in almost every single game for this squad. Runners at first and third. No outs. 1-1 count. Double play depth up the middle. Checks it first. Dexter back in standing up. Bailey played in 40 games during the regular season here with the Mainers. 15 RBIs, 340 on base percentage, just 7 errors during the regular season with 2 triples and 6 doubles. Shows bunt, lays it down, squeeze, Balzano's tagged out at home. A great play by Patterson, getting the lead runner at home on a attempted squeeze bunt by Bailey.
Well played by the Newport Gulls infielders here and the defense overall. It's going to bring out Kevin Long here for word with Jack Patterson. He wants to check on him.
Yeah, it looked like his cleat might have got caught in the grass there as he slipped to try and toss it to the home plate, the catcher there. And it was just a awkward-looking play completely. An outstanding play by the pitcher as the Mainers try to force the issue on a squeeze bunt attempt.
Gulls head trainer Emily Miller on the top step of the dugout too, but she's waved off. I think Patterson's okay.
Outstanding play by Patterson. As Caden Bailey laid down a bunt that was a little too strong back to Patterson. As he would have picked a line, certainly would have scored a run there, and the Mainers would have had a 1-0 lead. Either way, Patterson coming off the rubber, off the mound very quickly, fielded it, tossed it to Jones, and recorded the lead runner for the first down of the inning. Runners at first and second as Dexter moved on to second base on the fielder's choice 1-2 by Patterson. Corey Rayleigh, right-hand side. Off-speed pitch on the corner, strike 1. Rayleigh batting .474 coming into the postseason. Last night he struggled with the bat for the Mainers in the 4th spot. He went 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a flyout. Runners at first and second. Patterson set below the chin. Checks the runner at second. Looks again. Delivers. 0-1 off the end of the bat. Foul back for strike 2. I like the idea from the Mainers. Push the envelope early, try and get momentum early on in the game and get an early run. That's what the Mainers are all about this season. Just didn't pay off on a great executed defensive play there by Patterson off the rubber. 0-2 delivery upcoming from Rayleigh. Infield fairly deep on the left side is Roberts. Shallow on the right. There's a fastball across the middle for strike 3. Rayleigh goes down looking. The first strikeout on a fastball right down Roberts Street for strike 3. And the Mainers have a couple runners still on without number 2 being recorded. Mike Racino will dig up. 2 outs against Sanford. Racino hit a bomb of a home run at Keene. One and only home run of the season during the regular season. Has not gotten a hold of one in the playoffs yet. And now he's in the designated hitter spot. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Patterson delivers out of the stretch, a breaking ball on the corner for strike 1. Good looking pitch that tailed back right over the heart of the plate from the lefty in Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson has 4 pitches, fastball, curveball, changeup, and slider. His fastball touches about 92, but his breaking ball can be deadly.
That off-speed pitch certainly something you wouldn't offer at on a first pitch. It was a very good pitch from Patterson. Runners take their lead. Patterson slide steps home. A fastball misses low for ball 1, a 1-1 count.
Struck out 43 batters in the regular season. Now his 5 postseason Ks. That tally in the regular season, 5th best in the NECBL.
You'd have to say last night, other than Kilichowski, Jose Vizcaino Jr. had to be the player of the game, certainly. What an outstanding grab that he made, going 2 for 4 as well with the bat with an RBI. Runners at first and second, 1-1 count. Swung on and missed. A big swing by Racino. It falls behind 1-2.
Well, Mark McCoy would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
It was McCoy pitching on the mound at the time, and he would have been credited with a tough loss there if the Mainers had batted in that inning and gotten a couple of runs plated. But
And Vizcaino made that corner, the little L shape out in center field at Cardines. Looked like it was pretty easy to defend there as it kind of got the Mainers a couple times. Big swing and miss by Racino as he strikes out swinging. As Patterson steps up with runners on and strikes out the final 2 he faces for his first 2 strikeouts of this one. The Mainers threaten. They leave 2 on base with 1 hit and reaching on an error by Gamache at third as the Mainers failed to score with 1 error in the inning by the Gulls. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Tanner Donalds, Jose Vizcaino Jr., and P.J. Jones to face Rich Verana from Marist College. No score, 1 hit across for the Mainers, no hits for Newport after 1 inning of play. We'll return here to the 2014 NECBL Championship Series, Game 2. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima, here at Goodall Park.
To the field to watch the game or looking for a way to root for your team while they're on the road? Follow all the action on Team Line, the official web broadcasting partner of the NECBL. You'll never miss a pitch. Every audio broadcast is free, or you can choose to watch the live webcast for just $8 per game. Season passes are also available for $200 and allow you to watch every game for every team all season long. Team Line, the official webcasting partner of the NECBL. The chase for the Fay Vincent Cup begins on Monday, August 4th, when the NECBL playoffs begin. The top 4 teams in each division face off in the best-of-3 series before the division finals. The 2 teams left standing will then take to the diamond to determine the 2014 NECBL champion starting August 11th. For more NECBL postseason information, head to necbl.com today.
This is Kevin Stubokowski from the University of Maine, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. A big Game 2 with the Mainers down 1-0 after 1 game, falling 5-0 in Game 1 of this championship series. And they've gotten 1 hit across. They left 2 on in that bottom of the first inning as the Mainers struggled with runners in scoring position. Corey Raley struck out and Mike Racino struck out swinging as Tanner Donalds comes up for his first plate appearance. Lefty-lefty matchup. Infield deep, outfield straight away. First delivery, a fastball drilled right at Raley off the end of the glove. It'll skip into left field. A hard hit ball to the left side from the bat, off the end of the bat from Donalds.
He had to leap for that ball. Certainly wasn't a routine play.
That'll be a hit by Donalds as Raley left his cleats there to try and make a play just off the end of the bat over the head of Raley. That'll be a single for Donalds.
Yeah, he got the glove on it. I think he might try to close it a little bit too soon, and as he timed both the closing of his glove and the jump.
Took a big jump from the 6'2 shortstop there from Corey Raley. As Jose Vizcaino digs in with a runner at first. Shows bunt. Bailey fields it, throws across the diamond, and it's in time, but that sack bunt does its job, moving Donalds into scoring position.
Gulls don't play small ball too often, but when they do it pretty
I was just about to say, you don't see Vizcaino bunting very often, I would suppose, just because he's such a talented bat and power bat. So he squares one down and executes it perfectly. It's always a plus when the big bats can play small ball as well. It adds another dimension to the lineup, makes these Gulls such a dangerous team. P.J. Jones digs in. After the bunt, moves Vizcaino to second. After he led off with a single to left field, 1 out on the board. Verana set at the letters, checks the runner. High leg kick, an off-speed pitch, misses high for ball 1 to Jones. Jones at the catcher spot for the Gulls. And PJ batted .209 on the season. He's out of Washington State from Vancouver, 5'10", 185, right-handed batter. Rana set, looks towards second. High leg kick, 1-0 delivery is a slider in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 count to Jones.
Jones was an offensive player of the game last night for the Newport Gulls. He was a double shy of the cycle, an RBI single in the second, a triple in the fourth, was left on base, and a 2-run homer in the eighth that sealed it for Newport.
Top of the second inning, 1 out, runner at second. Rana looks towards second, fires a fastball in the inner corner for strike 1. 2-1 count to Jones. As both the 5 and 6 hitters had outstanding nights between Vizcaino and Jones last night. He got a hold of that one and drilled it out of Cardin's field. Runner at second takes his lead, 2-1 count. Mainers in their home white with the forest green and gold, lettering and numbers on the chest and back. Fastball low, ball 3. 3-1 count to Jones. It's the third time the Mainers and the Gulls have faced off in the NECBL Championship Series. First 2 have gone the Mainers' way. 2004 was a 3-game set after Newport won game 1. The Mainers came back and won the next 2. Come away with a big victory for their first ever NECBL championship. Fastball on the corner inside for strike 2, a 3-2 count to P.J. Jones. In 2008, it was 2 straight for the Mainers.
Both times, Mainers won it at Cardin's field. And they'll look to do it again this year. 2004 was a walk-off win in game 2. Right here at Goodall Park.
Runner in lead at second. 3-2 count. Vrana to Jones, upcoming. Set, checks the runner. He'll deliver the payoff pitch. A fastball misses low for ball 4. The first walk from the lefty from Marist College here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting from Vanderbilt University, designated hitter number 30, Tyler Green.
2 strikeouts for Patterson through the first inning. Cade the last 2 batters he faced. Vrana has not recorded a strikeout yet. He allowed a leadoff single to Tanner Donalds. A sac bunt by Vizcaino moved Donalds into scoring position, and now he walks B.J. Jones to put runners at first and second with 1 out. Still the double play in order here for the Mainers between the middle infield of Rayleigh and Dexter, with Tyler Green from the right side digs in the designated hitter. 1 out. Vrana looks towards second. Delivers, fastball, misses low, ball 1.
Green batting .350 in postseason play, 7 for 20 with 5 RBI, 3 doubles, and a pair of walks.
Bailey even with the bag at third. Kendall Patrick at first behind the runner. Fastball skips in there, ball 2. 2-0 count to Green, as Vrana's having some trouble with his control here. Worked the count full with P.J. Jones and lost him. First 2 out of the zone to Green. Green was not in the lineup last night for the Gulls, starting his first game of the NECBL Championship Series. As the Gulls are threatening here, top of the second. 1 hit for each team, 2-0 deliveries, a fastball that almost got a piece of Green, misses inside, 3-0 count.
Those Green College teammates with John Kilichowski, last night's game 1 starter for Newport. Over in Vanderbilt, but it was Green who was with the Gulls while Vanderbilt won the College World Series. The freshman with Newport to get some playing time in June.
3-0 delivery from Vrana. He'll deliver. Fastball in there for strike 1. 3-1 count between Vrana and Green, with Reed Gamache in the on-deck circle. Gamache from Binghamton batted .260 on the regular season with 12 RBIs. He's waiting for his chance in the on-deck circle. The Mainers are trying to avoid that. Trying to turn a inning-ending double play here up the middle. Look for a ground ball pitch from Vrana as he comes set. 3-1 delivery. Lifted to center field. A blooping fly ball. Rayleigh dives off the end of the glove. Parker will collect. He has a play at third. The throw is in time to record the second out of the inning. So it deflected off the glove of Rayleigh, went into center field, and then the throw from Drake Parker was right at the bag on a 6-8-5 putout for the second out of the inning. You know, that old-fashioned 6-8-5 putout from the infield. You see that a lot.
Saw 4 of them last night. That was a interesting play and a good play here for the Mainers defense. They get a key second out here. Newport Gulls on the way to a big inning, bases loaded, 1 out. Instead, runners at first and second, 2 away. And Verana just an out away from getting out of this jam.
So a single to center field by Green. Tough play for Rayleigh, having to go into short center field to try and run that one down. Left his feet, it hit off the end of his glove. And then Drake Parker doing his job as a center fielder, backing up any fly ball to the middle. Came up with the ball, scooped in and threw it on target to third to retire Tanner Donalds. Donalds had to hold, obviously, because the threat of it being caught by Corey Rayleigh. And he's gunned at third. Reed Gamache digs in with now runners at first and second. Once again, the same situation as the last batter with Tyler Green. 2 outs on the board. Off-speed pitch is lifted high, slicing foul and out of play. 0-1 count to Gamache. I wanted to thank the entire Newport Gulls organization last night for setting us up on the legends behind home plate. Really appreciate the hospitality all night long. Felt like it was a home call for me, certainly. Everybody was super friendly. It was great to be back at Cardines Field, and obviously the Mainers would have liked to come out a different way, but it's certainly an outstanding game for Newport. Runners bluff at a steal. Lifted down the right field line, slicing towards foul ground. Kendall Patrick running towards the bullpen. It's going to land right near the mound in the bullpen. An 0-2 count to Gamache.
Reed Gamache, game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series, reached base 3 times against the Plymouth Pilgrims, but is 0 for his last 6 postseason play.
Was not in the starting lineup against the Mainers last night at Cardines Field. His first start in the championship series. He's behind 0-2. 404 to straightaway center field here at Goodall. 283 down the right field line. 350 in the right field gap. 321 down the left field line. 346 in the left field gap. Certainly a lefty-friendly ballpark here at Goodall Park. Although Dan Hetzel's hit one that went over the old fence over left field in game 2 against Vermont. Fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1, a 1-2 count, much to the chagrin of the home-standing faithful here at historic Goodall. The stands are packed. Gulls fans, Mainers fans wearing their selective colors, as I don't see an empty seat in the entire building here in the grandstand behind home plate. 2 buses of 500 fans, I believe, from Goodall, from down in Cardines came up here.
Not that many.
Off-speed pitch misses low for ball 2.
I know they had at least 1 bus and a few cars.
Well, there you go.
Up, but probably about 100 or so Newport Gulls fans made the trip here to Goodall Park.
I heard him talking about it yesterday at Cardines Field, and I expected a very good crowd because of the attendance for Newport Gulls fans. Certainly, being up 1-0 in the series will lend itself to a larger crowd and a big closeout attempt here for Newport. The Mainers trying to thwart that. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runners at first and second to Gamache. Rana looks in. Gets the sign from Stipp. 2-2 delivery. Fastball on the inner black for strike 3, and he strands him at first and second with the strikeout looking to Gamache. So 2 left on for the Gulls. A leadoff single, a sacrifice bunt by Jose Vizcaino Jr., then a walk to P.J. Jones, and a single to center field by Tyler Green, and then a 6-8-5 putout from shortstop, deflecting off Rayleigh's glove, going to Drake Parker in center field, promptly throwing out Tanner Donalds at third base on a very different type of play for the Mainers to thwart that attempt to score here in the top of the second inning. No score after all that, just 2 hits apiece between the Mainers. Actually, I believe they had 2 hits in that inning, so it should be 2 for Newport, 1 for the Mainers here after 1.5 play from Goodall Park. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Begins on Monday, August 4th, when the NECBL playoffs begin. The top 4 teams in each division face off in the best-of-3 series before the division finals. The 2 teams left standing will then take to the diamond to determine the 2014 NECBL champion starting August 11th. For more NECBL postseason information, head to necbl.com today.
This is Michael Racino from the University of Maryland, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima, after 1.5. Officially, that's ruled a fielder's choice, 6-8-5, so it's only 1 hit after 1.5 for the Gulls. 1 hit apiece between the Mainers and the Gulls as we go to the bottom of the second. Kendall Patrick, Matt Pagano, and Kevin Stipokowski will come up. Kendall Patrick led this team reaching base 15 times in a row, 15 games straight for Kendall Patrick during the regular season. He got on base via a hit, a walk, or a hit by pitch. Oftentimes it was a hit by pitch, as he had 13 on the season. He was number 1 in the NECBL with getting plunked by the baseball. Standing at 6'2", 225 from the right-hand side from the University of Michigan. And he's out of Mitchell, South Dakota. He'll dig in against Patterson. Fastball outside for ball 1, a 1-0 count. And officially, Kendall Patrick is the only member of the NECBL that is from Mitchell, South Dakota. Looked that up a few days ago. It is a final. This one's drilled to left field, but it's going to push back the left fielder, and good read by Roberts. He makes a grab as he cut it off at the pass for out number 1.
Roberts has played all 3 outfield positions this summer for the Newport Gulls. He has played sharp defense in all of them. 1 postseason error and none in the regular season. In fact, the Gulls' regular outfielders between Roberts, Vizcaíno Jr., and Donalds all had no errors in the regular season.
You could see that he recognized that one right off the barrel of the bat. It helps when you have such good vision from left field and good awareness and good reaction time to make a grab. 0-1 count is a big swing by Pagano. He falls behind 0-1. Pagano is a member of the All-Star team for the Northern Division. As he swings at that one, comes out aggressively, falls behind 0-2. At that time of the selection, he was batting .281 on the season. Pagano sits at the end of the regular season batting .250. 0-2 delivery misses low for ball 1, a 1-2 count. Pagano's been in and out of the lineup through the first few games of the postseason, in the first series or so. 1-2 delivery is a fastball low, misses for ball 2. 2-2 count to Matt Pagano, batting .143 with just 1 hit in 7 plate appearances in the postseason is Pagano. 2-2 delivery off speed, misses high for ball 3. Pagano showed good patience after coming out very aggressive, taking some big swings at the first 2 pitches. He's worked the count full. Here with 1 out, a fly out to left field by Patrick. 3-2 payoff pitch on the corner, strike 3. Pagano thought it was ball 4. He'll go down by way of the K. Strikeout looking on a good pitch by Patterson.
3rd strikeout of the ball game for Jack. As I mentioned, he struck out 43 in the regular season. He averaged a strikeout an inning. It really was the workhorse for the Newport Gulls starting rotation. He had 4 appearances in relief, 7 starts, 43-plus innings of work, led the team.
Kevin Stupolkowski will dig in the postseason. He's batting .200. He had a big RBI single in a huge game 3 against the Keene Swamp Bats. Fastball across the middle for strike 1. Patterson from the windup, 0-1 delivery to Stupolkowski. A breaking ball misses high for ball 1, a 1-1 count. I asked Stip because he's a switch-hitting catcher, which side he started with. He said right-hand side. And he's certainly come up big from the right-hand side this season. He looks more comfortable from that side of the plate. Fastball drilled to the left side, kind of hangs up there as Gamage leaps and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. An outstanding play by Gamache over at 3rd. As it goes 3 up, 3 down against Patterson, the Mainers do not record a hit. Yet nobody on, no hits, no runs, no errors in that one. And we'll head to the top of the 3rd with no score between the Mainers and the Gulls. Here at Game 2 in the NECBL Championship Series, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima bringing you this one from Goodall Park, and a wonderful night for baseball.
Fans ever wonder why our players have such sweet swings? That's because they're using Dream Bats, the official bat of the NECBL. Head to dreambats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at Dream Bat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL.
This is Nick Lavello from Holy Cross, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So far, scoreless through 2 innings of play. Been a feeling out few innings for both the Gulls and the Mainers, and right now both teams have threatened, have left a couple on, and they're trying to get their offense going early in the early going.
Man can spark that offense. The number 9 hitter for the Newport Gulls. This is his second playoff run as a Gull. One of 4 returners left here from last season, that championship run against Keene. They lost in Game 3 at home last August. Shea Donlin, he's hitting .409 in postseason play. He hit .406 in the playoffs last year for Newport. Hit .238 in the regular season. He already has 3 doubles and leads the team with 5 walks here in postseason play in 2014.
He'll face Rich Verano, one of the top ERAs on this squad for the Mainers. Him and Lavoie have been stellar all season. Lavoie was right around 1 the entire year, one of the top 5 lowest ERAs in the entire NECBL, as this pitching staff was number 2 in ERA the entire season behind the Plymouth Pilgrims. Plymouth Pilgrims gave the Gulls all they could handle. They gave each other all they could handle in that Southern Division Championship Series. And that's led with the Gulls coming out victorious 2-1 in the series to this game 2 now after winning last night's game 1 5-0. Fastball misses low for ball 1.
It was a wild DCS between the Gulls and the Pilgrims. 27 innings wasn't enough. They had to play 30. That was after a 17-inning contest between the two teams back on July 3rd. Saw each other plenty this summer.
Donlin fouls that one off the end of the bat. 1-1 count between Vrana and Donlin. First hit of the game for the Gulls, a leadoff single by Tanner Donnells in the second inning. One and only hit in the bottom of the first for the Mainers was by Sam Dexter, a single to right field on a hit and run with Balzano in motion, leaving Donlin covering the bag, leaving the right side open. 1-1 delivery is a fastball that skips in there, a little off speed to it. Ball 2, 2-1 count. Mainers at home in the playoffs are 2-1. On the road, they are 2-2. 2-1 delivery is fouled off. 2-2 count.
Gulls meanwhile 3-0 on the road in postseason play. On those 2 big wins, game 1 and 3 against the Pilgrims, both at Forges Field. Tough place to win.
2-2 count from Vrana against Donlin. Delivers out of the windup, off the end of the bat, slicing out of play. Land beyond the tree line, up onto the hillside.
I'd say one of the toughest places to win a ball game in this league, though, Recreation Field in Montpelier.
Not only because the environment, the crowd is very loud, it's a tough place to play, but also that center field, the big expansion of the outfield, and it's just a tough place to play. They certainly bring a lot of momentum when you take them on there, and the Mainers had some trouble going there. They were unable to win a ball game at Montpelier Rec. The only game they got a victory against Vermont this year was a rain-shortened game, a rain-divided game here at Goodall Park, where it was very awkward. He started and got through about 4 innings of play, and then they restarted a few days later and finally finished it. The Mainers won 3-2. So definitely a difficult series between Vermont and Mainers this season. It seemed like every game had a threat of rain. 2-2 delivery from Donlin, off speed, drilled to center field. Parker on his horse will dive and make a grab. Sliding in the grass in center field, Drake Parker robs Shane Donlin.
Mentioned Donlin's been swinging a red-hot bat. He was just robbed of what would have been probably his 4th double of this postseason. Outstanding play made by Parker.
Drake Parker's been stellar all season long in center field for the Mainers, and he shows you why he's going to be a big factor at Vanderbilt next season. No errors at all for Mr. Parker out in center field all season long, and shows outstanding range and good speed for 5'6", 160 in center field. Edmond takes that one outside for ball 1, a 1-0 count. Edmond is also 0 for 1 with a pop out to left field for the first out in the top of the first. 1-0 delivery with 1 out. Vrana, big swing and miss on the corner for strike 1. 1-1 count to Tommy Edmond. That's a lot of ground to cover out there in center field as well for Parker, and he did it very well for the Mainers, making a huge play early on in this one. Top of the third, no score. 1-1 delivery from Vrana, off speed to the left side. Backhanded by Rayleigh, slides, throws across the diamond. The toss is there. 6-3 put out of Edmond. And a great play by the shortstop and Corey Rayleigh for out number 2.
Back-to-back. Great defensive plays here by the Mainers to rob the Newport Gulls of hits.
Backhanding in the hole, sliding to a knee. Getting up and firing a bullet on a first baseman, Kendall Patrick, for the second out of the inning from Corey Rayleigh. He had some trouble late in the season. It seemed like a lot of baseballs hit to his side were a little bit difficult to handle. He had a few errors, but he was tested a lot all season long. He finished with 7 errors on the season. Fastball in there for strike one to Roberts. But he's also one of the most solid guys in the middle infield for the Mainers. He's been a consistent presence at shortstop for most of the year. Lavello came in to spell him near the end of the regular season just to give him a break. 1-1 count as that skips in there. Evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So the commissioner, Shore McGrath, walking the press box here along with Deputy Commissioner Greg Hunt.
Second time he's been here this season. Scoping it out a few weeks ago for the All-Star game next year. 1-1 delivery off the end of the bat into left field, and a 2-out single for Ben Roberts.
Well, Newport Gulls is seeing Verona pretty well here, second time through the order, at least the last couple of batters. They rocketed balls from Donlin, Edmund, and Roberts. A couple of good defensive plays. Probably have saved the run here for the Mainers as Verona looks to get that runner. Well, that next hitter, Salter, one of the toughest hitters to retire, though, all season long. Hit .340 to lead the Newport Gulls in regular season batting average.
When Verona's leaving the ball high in the zone, the bats have tended to get the barrel on it and put it in play, and so far he's been able to get a couple of great defensive plays to back him up. It's when he gets it low is when he's really feeling it. He keeps it down, and he strikes a lot of guys out. Salter takes it across the middle for strike one. Good tailing fastball from the lefty in Rich Verona. He's got the playoff beard. He's been wearing that all season long. I was disappointed in Christian Lavoie. He shaved his into a goatee. I told him that's bad luck. You can't do that near the end of the season, but he did it anyway. I guess the peanut butter was getting to it from every start for all season long. 0-1 delivery from Verona. Sidearm fastball lifted down the right field line, and this one's going to land just in foul territory. And an 0-2 count to Salter.
Salter, 1 postseason home run, but tied for the league lead in the regular season with Mystics' Brad Zuniger. He had 9. That 1 postseason home run, Game 3 against the Ocean State Waves, a go-ahead grand slam at Cardines Field.
Another reason to keep the ball low if you're Rich Verona. Do not give up a big fly in this ballpark. Certainly tougher for a righty to get it out of here. Again, 346 to the left field gap. But Salter has got a lot of pop, and you have to be careful if you're Rich Verona. Set at the belt, or set at the letters, delivers from the stretch. Fastball at the corner, strike 3. Salter chasing that one. That was off the outer black for a strikeout swinging, and that's the first strikeout recorded for Rich Verona. As we sit here in the top of the third, we'll head to the bottom of the inning as the Mainers will bring up the bottom of the order. Drake Parker flip it to the top, Sam Balzano and Sam Dexter the side to face Jack Patterson. Here on the NECBL Broadcast Network, Jeff Bowe and Nick Lima taking you through this one from Goodall Park. Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series.
For the Fay Vincent Cup begins on Monday, August 4th, when the NECBL playoffs begin. The top 4 teams in each division face off in the best-of-3 series before the division finals. The 2 teams left standing will then take to the diamond to determine the 2014 NECBL champion starting August 11th. For more NECBL postseason information, head to NECBL.com today. NECBL fans, there's no better way to support your favorite franchise than by wearing their official team apparel. And the only place to get your official NECBL gear is online at NECBL.com. Stocked with t-shirts, polo shirts, outerwear, caps, and more for men, women, and youth. The
This is Sam Dexter from the University of Southern Maine, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, as mentioned, Drake Parker has led the Mainers in batting average for the entire season, batting over 300 for most of the year, dropped down to 295 to end the regular season. He's batting in the 9th spot, mostly a leadoff batter, squares around a bunt, fouls it off for strike 1. Again, aggressive plate at stance from the Mainers as they go up there looking to get a runner on. To lead off this bottom of the third. No score, 2 hits for Newport, 1 hit for the Mainers. Patterson set right at the chin, covering half his face as he delivers from the windup. 0-1 delivery is a fastball that skips in there for ball 1, a 1-1 count to Parker. Again, Parker made an outstanding diving grab as well. It's a very hard hit ball from the bat of Donlin to lead off the third inning. As the Gulls were seeing Verona very well in that last half inning. This one off the end of the bat to the left side. Gamache scoops, throws on to first, and that's out number 1. Parker drops to 0 for 1 with the ground out to third. And we'll go to the top of the order. Reaching on an E5 by Gamache. The one and only error on the board right now is Sam Balzano. He advanced all the way to third and then was left on third base as the last 2 batters in the first, Rayleigh and Racino, struck out. Balzano digs in against the lefty, takes it across the corner for strike 1. Falls behind, 0-1 in the count, as Patterson is locating his off-speed pitch very well on the last few pitches. Another breaking ball right on the corner, strike 2. Early on, starting off like it did yesterday between these two teams, except the Gulls got on the board in the bottom of the second to take a 1-0 lead. Right now it's scoreless here in the bottom of the third. Fastball outside for ball 1, 1-2 count. But that 1 run was the only one scored through the first 7 for the Gulls. And then a big bottom of the 8th. Put them on top for good, 5-0. As that one misses outside for ball 2, 2-2 count to Balzano. 2 hits for the Gulls, 1 hit for the Mainers. As that fastball just misses low for ball 3. Very close, borderline call there on the inner corner.
Patterson looking sharp right now, just as sharp as he did in perhaps his best start all summer, which came July 19th at Ocean State. Another road start for Patterson.
Is one of the bullpen pitchers wearing your fedora down in the corner there? 3-2 delivery off the end of the bat. It will be flooped into left field for a single. The second hit of the game for Sam Balzano. It looks like one of the pitchers is wearing your fedora down there.
He might. I'll have to check. My fedora's here.
Is it? Oh, okay.
So
well, he must have copied you.
Brought their own copycat out there.
Yeah. There you go. Leadoff single. Excuse me, a 1-out single by Balzano. Back to the game. And Sam Dexter is 1 for 1 with a single to the right side. I didn't see it. Your laptop was hiding it from me there, Nick.
It's hiding.
Dexter's 1 for 1, as mentioned, a leadoff single that came with a 2-1 count. Fastball on the corner, strike 1. Some strong disagreements on that one as Patterson gets ahead.
The last time that Patterson had that very good start, July 19th at Ocean State, it's a 4-3 loss for Newport, but he went 7 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 4 walks, couple strikeouts.
Throw over to first, back in standing up is Balzano. Balzano bluffed at a steal multiple times, and he was put in motion on a hit and run from Sam Dexter, so Patterson's very aware of the runner at first with 1 out. Fastball skips in there, nice block by Jones. It's a 1-1 count.
Been a better pitcher on the road than at home. Road ERA 2.63 versus 4.58 at home. It's 2 wins apiece, whether pitching at home or away in the regular season.
Sticks across the board, Patterson throws to first, high toss. Luckily, Salter's about 7 feet tall, so he made that grab very easily over at first base. The big first baseman had no problem corralling that one. Dexter holds the bat near his ear, swings at a fastball, comes up empty, strike 2, 1-2 count. Salter, 6'5", 235 at first base. Tested all of his height there to make a snag on a high throw from Patterson on a pickoff move to check on Balzano. A 1-2 count from Dexter. Patterson will throw over again as Balzano's back in standing. Manager Aaron Isaric at third. Pitching coach John Rayola at first base for the Mainers. Tim Atwood, as always, in the dugout, talking to his hitters, getting them ready to face this pitcher. He pitched very well in the one and only time he faced the Mainers. Line drive into left field. Another single for Sam Balzano. He moves to 2 for 2, moving Balzano to second base with a 1-out single and another runner in scoring position. The first time since that first inning have the Mainers move somebody on to second base.
Well, with that hit, Sam Dexter is now 5 for 5 against Jack Patterson this summer.
Yeah, game 1, 3 for 3 against Patterson. And now 2 for 2 against Patterson again with a single to left field. Caden Bailey grounded to a 1-2 fielder's choice, catching Balzano at home on a bunt attempt. Swings and pops this one foul for strike 1, 0-1 count to Bailey. Bailey from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Georgia State University. Played third mostly with the Mainers. Said he played third at Georgia State as well, but he started his positional placement in the infield at second base, and he's transitioned over to third base at Georgia State. That's where he expected to play this coming season, 2014-15, for the Georgia State baseball team. This one's lifted to right field. A blooper down the line. This one's going to be tough. It's going to land just in fair ground. They had to hold, so there'll be runners at each station as Balzano moves on to third, as that one landed maybe a foot fair down the right field line.
Stayed up in the air for an eternity. Donald's running full stride to try and get to it. Just did land fair right in front of him.
The Mainers started to swing their bats a little bit better inside this park over the last couple times they've been here. Certainly game 3 against Keene. Only 4 runs across, but they were motoring around the base paths and getting hold of the baseball. Hitting a lot of pitches very hard. And against Vermont in game 2, 9 runs for the Mainers bats here at Goodall. 9 hits as well. It's had some strong offensive outputs inside this park as they're starting to figure out their own ballpark a little bit. They were a few shades, 4 points lower on the batting average all season. Fastball in the corner, strike 1 to Corey Rayleigh, who's 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking on a beautiful fastball in the corner, just like that one from the left-handed delivery of Jack Patterson. So a single to lead off the inning. A back-to-back, 3 in a row singles for the Mainers. Now the bases are loaded. 4 hits on the board for Sanford. Off-speed pitch, skips in there. Jones keeps it in front. That's ball 1, 1-1 count. Rayleigh works hard. He shows up 2 hours before anybody else, except Drake Parker, who's here before him, to work out in the batting cage. He's been doing it all season, trying to get his swing right and get that batting average up. It's paid off for him here in the postseason so far. It's a huge situation as you hear the fans going crazy here at Goodall Park. A 1-1 delivery by Patterson. He'll step off the rubber just to communicate on signs with Jones as catcher. Gets the communication correct. He'll come set right at the Newport logo, just below his chin. Fastball low, ball 2, 2-1 count. Bottom of the third, no score. Mainers threatening. Bases are loaded here at Goodall Park. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Brought to you by Team Line. Runners take their lead. 2-1 delivery from Patterson. Slide steps home. A fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. Good tailing fastball in on the hands of Rayleigh. And Rayleigh was a little behind on that. Yeah, and it kind of forked into the zone as well. A lot of movement on that delivery from Patterson. 2-2 delivery upcoming. 1 out. Patterson looks towards first. Slide steps home. Fastball, big swing, and an off-speed pitch that dropped out once again. And Rayleigh goes to 0 for 2 with his second strikeout of the evening.
4 strikeouts for Jack Patterson here in a big bases-loaded jam. Gets the cleanup hitter and hardest playoff hitter for the Mainers. Rayleigh batting .409 coming into this game, but not out of the woods yet. Still has to get the DH for Signo.
Rayleigh just 3 RBIs in the postseason, so despite that high batting average, we brought in 3 other runs for him. He had a huge hit, though, in Game 2 against Vermont. With 2 outs now, Mike Racino will lift one, slicing foul onto Robert Street and out of play. 0-1 count to Racino. Racino struck out swinging. He's 0 for 1 on the evening so far. There's a 1-2 count between him and Patterson. He took a big home run hack at it and came up empty. Racino's been all over the diamond. He's pitched 4 innings on the season. He's played at first. He's been at third. 0-1 delivery is a fastball and a big swing once again. 0-2. He's behind on that fastball from Patterson. Mainers threatening once again for the second time. They left 2 on in the first. They have 3 on in a bases-loaded situation in the bottom of the third. Let's go Mainers, ringing out here at Goodall Park. And an 0-2 delivery to Racino. Slide step, off-speed pitch, swings and misses. And Racino goes to 0 for 2 with the strikeout swinging, and the 5th strikeout for Patterson. Mainers leave 3 on the base pass, threaten, but are unable to bring him across. And after 3 innings, there's no score between the Gulls and the Mainers here at Goodall Park. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima bringing this one. Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network, brought to you by Team Line.
New England Collegiate Baseball League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is manager Aaron Isaac. You listen to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Rich Verana back on the mound for the Mainers as we go to the 4th inning with no score between the Mainers and the Gulls. And taking you through the middle innings is my partner, the voice of the Newport Gulls, Nick Lima.
Thank you very much, Jeff Poe. Newport Gulls, Sanford Mainers, Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series. Newport and Sanford here, both scoreless as we go to the 4th. It'll be up to the middle of the order to get something going here for the Newport Gulls against Richard Verana, who's only allowed 2 singles and a walk so far against Gulls hitters. He struck out 2. Tanner Donalds has one of those singles, but he was retired in a force play at 3rd in the inning. Tanner, part of a red-hot Newport Gulls team. As a team, they're hitting above 300 now in the playoffs. He's hitting .310, and now 10 for 30 at the plate. Pump that up to .333. First pitch he sees is outside, ball 1. The Newport Gulls are playing in the NECBL Finals for the 10th time in 14 years, and as a franchise, 11th time in 15 years, going back to 2000, when they were known as the Rhode Island Gulls. The 1-0 swung on and popped up, shallow left field. Now goes the shortstop, Brantley. In comes the left fielder, Bolzano. He'll make the one-handed stab for the inning's first out. 2 pitchers, 1 out for Verana. We'll bring up Vizcaíno Jr. He was a defensive hero last night with an incredible grab. Certainly a highlight reel play, and ended up being a double play. Not only did he save perhaps a run, maybe 2, with a catch out in center field, but doubled up a runner at first. Vizcaíno Jr. is now hitting .375 in postseason play with 2 home runs, 7 RBI. He swings to the first pitch, fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. Now the Gulls have won 2 of their 5 league titles on the road, including 2012 in Danbury and 2005 at Recreation Field in Montpelier, Vermont. The other 3 came at home. The 0-1 is taken on the inside corner, called strike. Verana ahead, 0-2. 2001, 2002, and 2009, Newport won at home. First 2 times against Keene, and the latter against the Vermont Mountaineers. They played with Vermont 3 times in the finals, losing in 2008. 0-2 pitch, misses low, 1-2. But they played the Mainers now 3 times, and have lost both times at Cardines Field. 2008, the Mainers, in fact, swept all 4 games they played that summer against Newport, sweeping the finals in 2 games. So 1-2 pitch comes way inside. He has the jackknife out of the way. 2-2 the count to Jose. It was in 2004 the Mainers walked off the win in Game 2, down their backs against the wall after losing Game 1 in Newport. Forced Game 3, one of the largest crowds in Cardines Field history, well over 3,000 fans. In Game 3, the Newport Gulls fell behind. The 2-2 pitch is hooked foul right side towards the Newport dugout. Mark McCoy fields it. They were down 6-4, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded on a couple hit by pitches and a leadoff single on that inning. Nobody out. And a 1-2-3 double play and a fly out to left would end the Gull season and give the Mainers their first ever championship in just their 3rd season in operation. 2-2 to Vizcaíno Jr. is swung on and missed. Strike 3, 3rd strikeout for Verana. And they're 2 away here in the 4th. That series was memorable in 2004. It was a heartbreaker for the Newport Gulls. They thought they had a big opportunity in the bottom of the 9th, but it was the Mainers who celebrated with the Fay Vincent Cup at Cardines Field. Mitchell Boggs actually pitching that game, went on to a lengthy major league career. He was a great starting pitcher for the Newport Gulls that summer. B.J. Jones swings to the first pitch, pops it up, foul back and over the roof of the grandstand, which is packed here tonight. Not a seat in the house at Goodall Park, standing room only, and they line the fences on the first base side. About 140, 150 Gulls fans have made the 3-hour trek up here to Goodall Park. But the rest all Mainers is the 0-1. A line drive, ground ball left side. Bailey fields it on the hop. He'll throw over the first. Plenty of time to get T.J. Jones. That was hit so hard that Jones is only halfway down the line by the time Bailey was able to get out of his glove and throw it over to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Richard Verana. Really settles into a groove here in the fourth. And after 3.5 from Goodall Park in Game 2, the NECBL Championship Series, we have no score between the Gulls and the Mainers here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The New England Collegiate Baseball League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is Sam Dexter from the University of Southern Maine, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Welcome back here at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine for Game 2. I'm Nick Lima alongside Jeff Bowe. Jack Patterson has danced out of trouble so far in this one. The Mainers have stranded 5 on base against Jack and collected 4 hits, but all of them singles, including 3 in a row in the third that loaded the bases with just 1 out. He came back to strike out the 4 and 5 hitters for the second time in this game, Rayleigh and Rosigno. He has 5 Ks through 3 innings. Patterson looking sharp. The Mainers are seeing him a little bit better here, second time through the order. Will face Patrick, Pagano, and Stepelkowski here in the fourth. Patrick.
Yeah, Sam Dexter has been all over Patterson in his 2 plate appearances, both singles, one to the right side, the other to the left side. He's seeing him very well driving the ball. Sam Balzano just blooped one down the left field line that landed in fair play, and Caden Bailey the same down the right field line. That was probably maybe a half a foot to the fair side of the right field line, and Kendall Patrick will look for his first hit in his second plate appearance.
First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Patrick. Fly to left his last time. That Bailey hit likely would have been an extra base hit if the bases were empty, but the runners all had to hold up to see if that would be caught. 1-0. Comes low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Patterson is yet to walk a batter. He's allowed those 4 hits, all of them singles. The runner has reached on an error as well to lead off the game back in the first. 2-0. He's taken high and outside. 3-0. And it's the third time tonight he's going to ball 3. Patrick is looking for his first postseason walk. He's 2 for 11 at the plate with the double. The pitch. Strike called in the inside corner. He took half a step towards first and heads back to the right-hander batter's box. Righties hit .311 against Patterson in the regular season. Lefty is just .191. What you expect from a lefty. It's a 3-1 pitch. Chop foul. Just did get a piece of it. Defensive swing from Patrick and stuck the bat out there. Almost tried to check it too.
Mike Coombs, the manager of the Gulls, tried to field that one too. It took a hop off his heel of his hand there. Hopefully he's okay. He's covering his head as he walks back into the dugout. It was kind of funny there. He's all right.
Coombs, a former catcher himself. Spent some time in the minors, the Detroit Tigers organization, coached in the Milwaukee Brewers organization. 3-2 pitch, his chop foul, third base side towards the Mainers bullpen. Gonna roll up the line towards the tarp. The lights beginning to take effect here at Goodall Park. Under overcast skies to start. Some rain showers off towards our west, breaking up as they head our way, but it's going to be heavy rain starting later tonight. If this game goes to Game 3, unlikely to be played tomorrow. 3-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Patrick can't believe it. He thought he had ball 4. Just did paint the inside part of the black set. Hopefully umpire Jeff January. And it's the 6th strikeout for Patterson.
It's a good thing Kendall Patrick's not the catcher tonight. The way he tossed the bat there, he'd probably get a talking to from the home plate umpire Jeffrey January, because he thought he got ball 4 there, and he started to jog down to first base. The catcher certainly doesn't want to show up the home plate umpire like that, so he's over at first tonight for him. So
first pitch high, ball 1. Matt Pagano struck out looking in the second. Rick Del Vecchio, the umpire over at first base, he's one of the loudest strike calls in the NECBL. Real haw sound, the 1-0 on the outside corner. The count even at 1-1.
Yeah, Pagano didn't like that one either, because that one was certainly borderline on the outer corner to the lefty from Marist College and Matt Pagano.
1-1 pitch. is swung on, hook foul left side. He's behind the count 1-2. Third base umpire is Bruce James. This is an old veteran crew. Each of them has been around the NECBL and CBUAO for a number of years. In fact, plate umpire Jeff January, I think his father Don January was umpire for a long time. 1-2. Just missed outside. Didn't get the call that time on the breaking pitch. 2-2. Patterson wanted it, but we'll toe the rubber. Looking for the sign from Jones. Wind, kick, and deliver the 2-2 pitch. That's low, taken for ball 3. So he's got the count full on back-to-back batters here in the fourth.
Back-to-back for Pagano as well. He worked it full in his first plate appearance. Good patience. In that plate appearance, he struck out looking.
3-2 pitch. Is swung on in line in the left center field. That's going to hook down for a base hit. Fifth hit of the ball game for the Sanford Mainers, and they're in business here. Runner at first, 1 out. And Kevin Stipolkowski lined to third, coming to bat.
Yeah, Stipolkowski played his first season at the University of Florida, was a standout with the Gators, then decided to transfer to Miami-Dade College, had an outstanding year batting in the high 200s for Miami-Dade, and now he's heading up here our way to the University of Maine Orono, and he'll be a Black Bear in the fall, and he's certainly been stellar in spurts for the Mainers this season, good defensively.
First pitch to Stipolkowski is taking low ball 1. Kevin, 2 for 11 now in postseason play with a pair of runs batted in. Just 1 walk. Started 4 out of 5 games he's appeared in now. This is the 7th postseason game for the Mainers, 8th for the Gulls. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, Bonso poked right side. Fielded by Donlin. He flips to Edmond for 1 out. Relay back to first, a double play. 4-6-3 in the twin killing. And the Newport Gulls turn their 9th postseason double play in their 8th game here tonight. Doubles off Pagano, and that ends the inning. We're through 4 complete from Goodall Park in a scoreless game in Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Baseball fans ever wonder why our players have such sweet swings? That's because they're using Dream Bats, the official bat of the NECBL. Head to DreamBats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at DreamBat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL.
This is Matt Harris from St. John's University, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from more. If you need help, your hope dangling by a string.
And welcome back here at Goodall Park in Sanford. Newport Gulls, Sanford Mainers, Game 2. Gulls trying to close out this series here tonight and win their 6th league championship. They're the first team to get to 4, first to 5. Want to be the first to get to 6 as well. Keene Swap Bats actually got to 4 last year against Newport. Game 3 at Cardines Field. Now, if the Mainers do win here tonight, and right now it's certainly plausible, we're in a nothing game here, almost at the halfway point in the top of the 5th. That means Game 3 would be tomorrow night at Cardines Field, weather permitting. Looking at the radar, big system moving up the coast right now. In fact, for Rhode Island, there's coastal flood warnings in effect, as well as flash flood advisories in effect for tomorrow. They're predicting rain all day long, starting after midnight tonight, and raining right through 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So unlikely a game could be played tomorrow in Newport. While the field has some good drainage, it doesn't hold water too well. If it stopped raining early enough, I imagine they could get the field ready with enough quick dry, but the problem would be, would it stop raining in time? And I don't think that would be the case.
Well, we certainly hope so. That's for sure. We've had one rain out on the regular season here at Goodall, and that game was canceled early in the day, so there was no, obviously, reason to, or gas money wasted, certainly, for anybody to come down. And you want to get this over, certainly, and get the series going, because everybody's excited for the final 3, and that would be a huge game.
Tyler Green takes the first pitch strike from Richard Verano, who's retired 4 straight going back to the 3rd. 0-1 on Green, who reached on a fielder's choice. An odd play in the second with runners at first and second. Went 6-8-5 off the glove of the shortstop. This pitch is swung on and popped up into shallow left field. In comes Parker in center field. He'll drift in. He'll make the catch. And that's the 5th straight in a row retired by Verana.
Love how Vrana's been dealing from the bump, looking very good with his pitches. He only has 3 strikeouts, but again, he's only given up 2 hits against him. No runs, just 1 walk tonight for Vrana. And he's been low in the zone, issuing a fly ball to center field from the bat of Green there to start this one. A ground out by P.J. Jones to end the last half inning. A strikeout to record the second one against Jose Vizcaíno. On a 2-2 count, he punched him out, and a fly out to Donalds back through the 4th. So he's looked very good from the rubber. As that first one pours in there, misses low for ball 1.
Dimash, one of 3 strikeout victims for Vrana. Fouled by Shea Donlin, bottom of the order here in the 5th. Gulls have managed just 2 hits so far. The pitch, check swing foul on the first base side, 1-1. Now, if Game 3 is necessary and we do get delayed tomorrow, that means we push back to Thursday. The weather looks better for Thursday, but then you have the problem of it's already August 12th. Thursday would be the 14th. A lot of these players have to get back home. They've not seen their families, in some cases, since January. 1-1. Is swung on a line drive out towards right field, but right at Pagano, who makes the catch. A hard hit ball off of Vrana, and this time it's right out of fielder.
Sorry about that, Nick. I know one thing though. Stevie Berman would be gone for the Mainers. He's played sparingly. He came in 1 relief hit in the last series in Game 2, and in Game 1 of this series as well yesterday. But he'd be gone. He's flying out Thursday. So a lot of the guys that are not from the New England area have already booked their plane trips, and that would certainly provide a very big difficult thing to overcome for both teams if they lose quite a few players just to traveling.
Here's Shea Donlin, who lined to centers last time, had an extra base hit robbed from him by Parker, and a great play. He takes the first pitch strike. Now, problem with the Gulls, too. They only have 2 bench players left, 11 offensive players. If they lose 1 or 2, we have a tough time fielding a team. Never mind if they lose 3 or 4. The 0-1 skips off the plate, and the count evens up at a ball and strike to Shea Donlin, who again is hitting over 400 for a 2nd straight postseason with the Gulls. He's one of 4 returners who remember that tough Game 3 loss last year against the Swamp Bats, including Ben Roberts, batting 2nd tonight, and 2 pitchers, Mark McCoy and Eric Stone. 1-1 pitch is swung on and drilled down towards left field pretty deep. Lozano racing over. He won't get there. It's going to bounce down towards the warning track. Turning on the gas is Donlin. He's into 2nd, and they had a double rob from him in the 3rd. He has a 2-out double here in the 5th.
Yeah, just going the other way with a fastball over the outer half from Vrana and just popping it down the left field line. It was awfully similar to Caden Bailey's single down the right field line. The only difference, like you said, there was nobody in front of him, so he could leg it out into a 2-out double. And again, Newport's threatening against Vrana with a runner on 2nd. We'll see what the Mainers can do to get out of this jam with the top of the order coming up.
So Donlin stands in scoring position here for the Newport Gulls. Only the Gulls' 3rd hit. First extra base hit of this ball game. Tommy Edman is going to be walked here. They're going to put him on and take their chances with Ben Roberts. Takes first pitch outside. Ball 1. It's going to be an intentional walk for Edman, his first this summer.
Roberts went 0 for 3 last night against another lefty pitcher in Nick Poor, so looking to dig into the lefty-righty matchup, certainly against Roberts, or lefty-lefty matchup between those two. And right now, the numbers favor the lefty pitcher, so they're deciding to put him on, or the Mainers.
Ball 3 away to Edman, who flied to left and bounced to short. With that double, Shea Donlin, who hit 406 in the playoffs last year, is now hitting 417 with 4 doubles. He is 10 for 24. Ball 4 away to Edman. Intentional walk puts runners at 1st and 2nd. They're going to take their chances here with lefty Big Ben Roberts. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, single out to left in the 3rd with with 2 outs on the board after the Shea Donlin popped out to center, and a ground out by Edman 6-3 in that 3rd inning, and Roberts lifted it to Balzano out in left field. So Vrana will go lefty-lefty matchup here. Trying to play that. And I know that John Raiola, the pitching coach, puts a high emphasis on the lefty-lefty, righty-righty matchup, certainly throughout the season, the tendencies for each team.
Roberts checks his swing. First pitch offering. It's taken outside high for ball 1. Did not offer as he twirled the bat around. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Hit a bunt single and a drag bunt in the 8th inning. Came around to score last night.
Every game, pitching coach John Raiola has been asking me for those lefty-right splits, so they really like to stick to that script and try to force that matchup and keep the percentages low.
1-0. Outside ball 2. Problem with Roberts is, though, he's amongst the most patient Gulls. He led the team, tied with Tanner Dowell's 17 regular season walks. He has a pair so far in the postseason. He gets on base at a pretty good clip, and they're going to have a bases-loaded situation for Blaze Salter. The intention to walk to Edmond. There's nowhere to put him.
Yeah, that's dangerous, certainly.
2-0. Is swung on a ground ball bouncer up the middle, charging the second baseman. He fields, dives to the bag in time for the force out that retires the side. Close play at second base. What a play by Dexter, as he just had to dive onto the bag with the ball in hand. Played that one about 10 feet from the bag, and it may save a run here for the Mainers. We are still scoreless here from Goodall Park. Sharp defense so far on both sides of the ball here tonight. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series. Newport Gulls nothing, Sanford Mainers nothing on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The New England Collegiate Baseball League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is Bobby Roos from the University of Maryland. You're listening to Mainers Baseball.
All right, okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for it.
Home half of the 5th here at Goodall Park. Both pitchers dancing out of trouble tonight in this lefty-lefty matchup. Jack Patterson for the Gulls, Richard Verana for the Mainers. Newport been out hit 5-3. The Gulls have committed an error, but both pitchers here tonight have pitched out of jams well and relied on the defense behind them to make some key plays, including a double play that got Patterson out of the 4th. He's also got himself out of some jams with 6 strikeouts tonight. First pitch swinging, Drake Parker hits a ground ball bouncer right side, foul. Parker is 4 for 18 with an RBI in postseason play, 5 strikeouts. Parker has started 6 of 7 games and waits the 0-1. It's taken for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
So far, the Mainers are left on 5 runners on base through now 5 innings at bat. They're trying to get something going with 5 hits as well.
0-2 is lowered away, bounces off of the catcher, P.J. Jones, drops his mask, ball 1.
Yeah, very awkward there as it looked like a low pitch. It kind of skipped up, and I think it hit the bottom of the mask of Jones and knocked it off the helmet there. As the umpire, Jeff January, will go out to Patterson to give the catcher some time to shake off that contact.
Jones will wave off Newport's trainer. 71 pitches now for Patterson, 72 in fact. He's thrown 46 of them for strikes. Here in the bottom of the 5th, a scoreless game. Do or die for the Mainers. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball just outside, 2-2.
Yeah, a little high too, as Parker showed good eye there to take it off the corner, high and outside of the zone. Like you mentioned, Parker 0 for 1 on the evening. Again, he is usually the straw that stirs the drink for the Mainers.
2-2 pitch, poke, third base side. Gamache gets behind it, gloves to first, just in time. Get him by step. Good defensive play for Reed Gamache, and that's the inning's first out. We cycle around to the top of the order in Sam Bolzano.
Yeah, just a slow roller right down the line, down the third base side, and Gamache initially kind of came off step to the shortstop side, went back and did a great job collecting himself, threw it right on target to Salter at first, and that's one out against Parker. As Gamache made up for the initial misread on the ground ball with a very solid throw.
Parker's grounded to third twice tonight now. Top of the order, Bolzano. He hit a ball to third in the first. It was misplayed by Gamache. A reach on the E5. Also singled. He checks his swing, fouls it to the backstop for strike 1. Now, Game 3 starters for these two teams have been announced. But you can imagine, though, in a Game 3 situation, anything will go for Newport and Sanford. Brett Adkett will be the starter for the Mainers. Another lefty. As the pitch is a called strike. 0-2 the count on Sam. Meanwhile, Jonathan Tripp will be the Game 3 starter for the Newport Gulls. 7 games, 4 starts in the regular season. 0-2 misses outside, 1-2 the count on Bolzano. The veteran Mainer. Sam waits the 1-2. It's taken inside and low, 2-2. looked for a moment like home plate umpire January is going to ring him up.
Yeah, Balzano in his second year, as you mentioned, one of the veterans on this team. He batted .310, leading the Mainers in offense last season, in a team that made it into the playoffs on a play-in game against Laconia.
It's a 2-2 chopper up the middle. Edmond high hop, throws over to first. It is in time. Another good defensive play here by the Gulls. Shortstop Edmond had to make that play right by the second base bag. It was a Baltimore chopper. I think he took a high hop over the mound. And that's out number 2. Sam Balzano retired for the first time tonight after reaching base twice. Balzano hit .429 in the postseason for the Mainers in 2013. Here's Sam Dexter, who's batting 1,000 against Jack Patterson. He's 5 for 5 against him this summer, 2 for 2. A pair of singles in the ball game. First pitch, taken on the outside corner for a called strike.
Yeah, Dexter's been outstanding with the bat in this postseason, and he's been really working it well in the last few weeks. You mentioned Balzano's success last year. He's .364 this year, so not much lower than last year's performance, certainly.
0-1, swung on a line drive, base hit, right field, played on a hop by Donalds, and Sam Dexter is 3 for 3 in this ball game, and for the second time this summer is 3 for 3 in a game against Patterson.
You know, we say it's such a long time ago, but obviously some matchups hold up to the test of time. Dexter sees the fastball very well from Patterson, and this is the second time he's been all over the pitches from Patterson in a game. And the Mainers just have to find a way to get somebody across here. They're struggling with runners in scoring position. There's 2 outs against them. If Dexter gets on to second, they try to bring him in, but now it'll be Caden Bailey's job to bring him across. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
Fielder's choice, bunt in the first, single is last time. They haven't caught between first and second. Throw down will be in time. Edmond applies the tag. It's going to go 1-3-6 on the pickoff. Patterson, who caught 5 stealing in the regular season, picks off Dexter here. And that's the out that retires the side. We're through 5 from Goodall Park. Still on a scoreless game between Newport and Sanford. Game 2 of the NECBL Finals on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Want NECBL stats and box scores but can't get to every game? Look no further than your smartphone. Visit NECBL.com to download the Point Streak app to have access to live box scores, pitch-by-pitch updates, and so much more. The Point Streak app is the perfect way to follow your favorite NECBL team when you can't be at the park. Available on the iOS App Store and the Android Marketplace. Head to NECBL.com for more details.
This is Jeff Singer from Monmouth, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Clock strikes 8 here at Goodall Park. We go to the 6th inning in Game 2. We're in the midst of a pitcher's duel here at Goodall Park. Sharp defense of both sides. Richard Verana comes out for another inning of work. He has allowed just 3 hits. Newport Gulls have left 5 on base. So have the Mainers, but they've collected twice as many hits with 6. Wayne Salter will lead things off here for the Newport Gulls. Salter, an MVP candidate in 2014. He hit .340, 5th best in the league, 9 home runs, and 42 RBI, tying a Newport Gulls all-time RBI record with that mark. 11 doubles, 2nd most in the league. 604 slugging percentage, by far the league leader. Salter, who batted .404 against Southpaws. He's 0 for 2 in this game here tonight against the lefty Verana. Postseason, he has driven in 7 runs now, including 5 in one game. Game 3 against the Ocean State Waves. Back in the first round. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Verana got him on 3 pitches, swinging in the 3rd. And that outside corner has been on for Salter, or against Salter for Verana tonight. He's had him fooled a couple of times on swings and misses. The 0-1 comes on the inside corner for a strike, nothing in 2. Second time, Salter behind the count, 0-2. Adjusts his batting gloves, pauses, and now steps back in the batter's box. Donald's waiting on deck. Newport trying to get their leadoff man on here in the 6th. And the 0-2, kick the pitch, it swung on, hook foul. Just did get a piece. Newport has only had their leadoff man on once. Tanner Donald's back in the 2nd. Meanwhile, the Mainers have yet to have a leadoff hitter reach versus Jack Patterson, other than the error allowed Balzano to reach way back in the 1st inning. Meanwhile, it's been goose eggs up on the scoreboard for both sides. 0-2. Taken high, ball 1. Went off speed that time against Salter and elevated. Newport 5-2 in postseason play. They played game 3, 2 series in a row, trying to avoid that stretch here tonight with a victory. Hoist the Fay Vincent Cup. Season comes down to this here tonight. Sanford looking to force game 3. It's a 1-2 is hooked foul again right side. Breaking ball went in on Salter. Just got a piece of it off the handle of the bat.
Yeah, if he didn't swing the bat to that one, it would have plunked him, I think. It was so high and inside. Kind of a self-defense swing there for Salter just to spoil it out of play. Verona left it high in the zone.
Well, the Gulls are 3-0 on the road. They're only 2-2 at home here in the playoffs. 1-2. Misses low. And off speed again. The count 2-2 to Blaze.
A crowd of 744 here at Goodall Park tonight. An outstanding attended game. I believe that is a season high. If not, it could have been the Camp Kids night that we certainly had around 740, 745 here at Goodall Park.
It's one of the largest crowds you can fit into this place. Standing room only.
Holds a total of 1,000, but that is if the entire parking lot down the right line is full with standing people.
2-2 pitches, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Salter becomes the 4th strikeout victim. He was victim 2 for Verona. That's the first out here in the 6th. He'll bring up Tanner Donalds, who singled and fly to left. This is going to be a great venue for the NECBL All-Star Game in 2015. First time ever since 2002. In franchise history, the Mainers get to host the premier all game for the NECBL. North and South will play here next July.
So excited about it. They've carved out a star in the middle infield with the lawnmowers as well.
First pitch swinging. Donalds sends it to center field. That's a base hit. And the Gulls have their 4th hit of the ball game.
All over the first pitch, off-speed delivery by Verona, lifts it out to center field. Warming up in the bullpen for the Mainers from Vanderbilt is Ryan Johnson, the lefty. And Ryan Johnson's been stellar all year. He had one of his best appearances against the Gulls in the first game on the road. He struck out, I believe, 3 batters in his 2 innings of work on the left-hand side at Cardines Field. So he's had success against Newport this season.
There's Jose Vizcaino Jr., who's been the hero so many times this playoffs for the Newport Gulls in all 3 series. The pitch is swung on, foul to the right side, out of play. He has 2 home runs, 7 RBI, leaves the team in the playoffs with 10 runs scored and 12 hits. He's 0 for 1 as a sack bunt here tonight. Now, Jeff, now that you mentioned that star, I didn't see it before.
It was pointed out by me by our statistician, Brian Main, and I just noticed it right in the middle of the field. There's a nice little star around the diamond, so good eye by Brian.
It's like an optical illusion as the 0-1 pitch misses inside ball 1. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
They've kind of surprised us with some of the stuff that they've done behind home plate with the SM and gold and green that they put in over the last few weeks, and also the baseball with the S down the third base line is the newest addition. So it's always a new thing to see here at the ballpark for the Mainers.
1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. Vizcaino fooled. Jose batting .375 in the playoffs coming into tonight's game, slugging .563 through 8 games. He was injured a couple times for a week or so in the regular season, was day-to-day. Missed actually a week and a half for Newport in July, but Gulls certainly been happy to have him back. He's been outstanding defensively and offensively for Newport. 1-2, just missed outside. Stepakowski trying to frame it, ball 2. And Jose, 1 out, 1 on. Nothing game. P.J. Jones waits on deck here in the 6th.
Good tailing fastball, split finger there from Verona. Kind of went off the plate, just off the outer half there. He'll look for a ground ball to the middle infield here.
2-2 is swung on and popped right side, giving a look. Patrick, he's going to watch this one land out of play.
Kendall Patrick and Verona both were running towards foul ground. Stipp turned around and got the glove from the home plate umpire immediately after his foul tip. Stipolkowski knew that was out of play right off the bat. So again, spoiling a pitch by is Vizcaino, who's 0 for 1. He sacrificed bunted as well, a runner into scoring position. Mainers double play up the middle between Dexter and Rayleigh.
On the set, Verona deals, 2-2 pitch, high hit ground ball, fair ball down the third base line, rolling down towards the corner. Grounding second, Donalds. He'll head to third. He'll be held there. Into second is Vizcaino Jr. He has another postseason hit. That's his 13th and his 3rd of the extra base hit variety. And the Newport Gulls are in business. They have runners at second and third and just 1 out. And here comes P.J. Jones.
Yeah, he scorched that one right down the line out of the stretched out glove of Caden Bailey, just in fair ground. And Balzano playing a little bit more towards center, had a long way to go towards the line, got to it and fed it back to the infield, but now there's runners at second and third in a dangerous situation for Rich Verana as Ryan Johnson continues to warm up more feverishly in the bullpen.
Newport Gulls all-time in the LCS, 13-10, 5-4 in series. Looking for their 6th Vincent Cup here tonight. They need a couple of runs across to get there. All-time 8-6 against Sanford in the championship series. This is the 3rd series between these two clubs. Verana looks in on P.J. Jones, who was a double shy of a cyclable last night for Newport. He's walked and grounded third here tonight. Runners at second and third, one away, and the pitch. Is swung on a foul tip to the backstop, strike one. The infield is in on the edge of the grass in the corners, while Rayleigh and Dexter play back on the edge of the outfield grass. Go-ahead run Donald stands 90 feet away here for the Newport Gulls. Verana looks in for the sign from his catcher, Stipolkowski. He comes to the stretch, high at the letters. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. It's taken inside and just did it clip him? Yes, it did. He was hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded here with just one out. Now bring up Tyler Green. Rocketed the ball to center field to lead off the 5th, and also bounced into a fielder's choice, actually hit into a fielder's choice in the 2nd of an odd variety. So 0 for 2 is Green. And he has 5 postseason RBI, batting .350 at the plate coming into this one. In the regular season, Green was outstanding for the Newport Gulls, particularly for a rookie. He was very clutch, particularly back in June before Newport had all their pieces in. He was a mainstay in the lineup for Newport. That's here with the best scoring opportunity for the Newport Gulls yet in this ball game. Maynard's infielders back to double play depth. Runners at first, second, and third. One out in the 6th. A nothing game. Verana sets, kicks, steals. It swung on and missed. Strike one. He blew a fastball by him. Lee Gamache waits on deck for Newport. Green levels the bat. He taps the plate and looks out as Verana gets the sign. He likes what he sees from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a hot shot, foul, right side, and the count, 0-2. Donalds, who singled at third. Vizcaino Jr., the double, stands at second. Jones hit by a pitch at first base. They're loaded up for Newport, 0-2 the count on Tyler Green, the DH. He levels the bat once again. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Verana. Low ball 1. Tough pitch for Green to take. Tyler has 2 postseason walks. Playoff OBP of .409. Bases loaded for Newport. Verana sets. And he fires a 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. Bounce to third. 2 hops for Bailey. He'll throw home for 1 out. That's all they'll get. But they get the most important run of the lead man. Donald's retired on the force out at the plate. Good heads-up play for Bailey as the fielder's choice goes 5-2.
Like you said, great play by Caden Bailey, reading it perfectly, making it on target throw. Stipolkowski had his foot on the bag at home plate, and that's a big ground out there for Rich Verana. Bases are still loaded, so the Mainers aren't out of the jam yet. He still has to make a good few pitches here to try and get out of this one. Tyler Barr's now throwing in the bullpen for the Mainers.
Reed Gamache hit a bases loaded, bases clearing double against the Ocean State Waves in the 1st inning of Game 2 over a week ago. He bats here with the bases jammed again. His 3 postseason RBI virtual that hit. The pitch is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Reed struck out looking in the 2nd, flying to right his last time. He's batting .294 in the playoffs with that double. A pair of walks, hit by pitch. Go-ahead run still 90 feet away from Newport. Now it's Vizcaino Jr. Jones is at second, Green at first. And the 0-1 pitch will be coming from Richard Verana. Kicks, fires, it's taken high and away, 1-1. Crowd wanted that pitch here at Goodall Park.
Yeah, it was high and outside, so a good call by home plate umpire Jeff January as Verana missed off the plate there. But sometimes he throws a purpose pitch like that just to get a chase from it. It doesn't always have to be an 0-2 count to throw a pitch out of the zone.
Gamache Grew up watching the Newport Gulls. Waits the 1-1. It's swung on a line drive out towards left field. Base hit. To roll down the line all the way to the wall. Here comes one run to score. Vizcaíno scores. Right behind him, P.J. Jones. Leading wave, Thomas Green. Here he comes. The throw to the plate is not in time. And it's a bases clearing double for Reed Gamache. And the Newport Gulls lead 3-0 here in the 6th. Reed Gamache, who had a 3-run double in Game 2 against Ocean State, does it again, this time with 2 outs in the 6th inning to break open a scoreless tie in Game 2 of the NECBL Finals.
John Rayola, the pitching coach, will come out of the dugout for the Mainers as he makes his way onto the field. And it's just a tough situation for Sanford. They had multiple runners on in scoring position, stranded them all, and now Newport makes it count, and they take a lead, and that's when you execute. You get a lead, and you take a 3-0 lead, and that's about it. Pretty much all you can say is the team that executes the highest will win this series. And right now, Newport is ahead for a reason because they've been able to drive runs in with runners in scoring position through the first 2 games.
Vizcaíno Jr., Jones, and Green all across the plate. First runs across in this ball game. Here comes the 7th man to bat here in the 6th. Shea Donlin going to stick with Richard Verana here to face the lefty Donlin, despite Donlin tagging the ball last 2 times up.
He's looked good for most of the outing. He just missed 1 pitch there, and they made him pay for it. So you'll stick with your ace, who's been solid all season. Even though it's 3-0, there's still 2 outs on the board, so he's good. 1 good pitch away from getting out of this.
Gamache dances off second as Donlin takes the first pitch strike. He doubled in the gap in the 5th.
And if there's one thing I can say about Isaac and Rayola, they've stuck to their bullpen. They've stuck to exactly the scheme of things. They've gone with the starter, no matter if you feel confident in him or not. You give them the innings that they've earned, being one of the best staffs in the league.
0-1 outside, ball 1. Verana's a guy who's struggled this season against leadoff hitters. 364 against him. With runners in scoring position, he's always settled down. It's a 217 opponent's batting average. He tends to work better out of the stretch and the windup. 1-1 with a runner at second. He stares back at Gamache, now fires to the plate. He's taking a called strike outside corner. 1-2 to Shea. His average is up to 417 now in this playoffs. Donlin, the ground rule double last night in Game 1. Pinwheels the bat from the left side. Verana looks in. 3-0 lead for Newport. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on, a high chopper up the middle. Raley fields, he bobbles it, gets behind him. Here comes the runner to score. Gamache scores, and the Newport Gulls lead 4-0. That'll be an error. Inning should be over. Instead, it's the 4th run of the ball game for the Newport Gulls. And here comes the 8th man to bat, Tommy Edmond.
And you got the ball you wanted from the lefty pitcher. That's not Verana's fault there. A high chopper. You expect your shortstop to come up with that one. It handcuffed him, went right under the glove, in between his hip and his glove, and it goes out to center field. Unfortunately, your defense couldn't pick you up, and that'll come with a hook from manager Aaron Isaac.
That's going to do it for Richard Verana. He's pitched very effectively through 5 2/3 innings, but the Gulls, a couple of big 2-out hits here and the error, have scored 4 times in the 6th. And he'll get a big hand from the fans here at Goodall Park. We have a pitching change coming in this game from Goodall Park. For the score, Newport 4, Sanford 0 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Better way to support your favorite franchise than by wearing their official team apparel. And the only place to get your official NECBL gear is online at NECBL.com. Stocked with t-shirts, polo shirts, outerwear, caps, and more for men, women, and youth. The NECBL online store is the place to get all of your officially licensed NECBL merchandise. Visit the online store at shop.necbl.com and support your favorite team today. The chase for the Fay Vincent Cup begins on Monday, August 4th, when the NECBL playoffs begin. The top 4 teams in each division face off in the best-of-3 series before the division finals. The 2 teams left standing will then take to the diamond to determine the 2014 NECBL champion starting August 11th. For more NECBL postseason information, head to necbl.com today.
John Chuddy from Pace University, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Well, the Newport Gulls have broken open a scoreless tie, 4 runs here in the 6th inning. And once again, the 6th inning is magic for Newport. It was that way against the Pilgrims at Forges Field twice in Game 1 and 3. They put up a 5 spot in each of those 2 games to take the lead. And here they have their first lead here in game 2, 4-0, as Tyler Bars comes on here for the Mainers.
From University of Rhode Island, Tyler Bars. From New Boston, New Hampshire, 5'9", 220, has worked 2 appearances in 2 innings.
Tommy Edmonds swings for the first pitch. He sees it's a line drive out towards left field, just fair, rolling down the line towards the corner. Hitting third is Donlin. He's going to be stopped there, and into second Edmond, his first hit of the ball game. It's a double. First pitch swinging against Barnes.
That's just great hitting by Edmond. Off the end of the bat, loops it down the left field line, and then it kind of arcs towards foul territory near the tarp out there, and the ball keeps rolling up against the fence. Again, Balzano is more positioned towards center, so he's got a long way to go to get to that baseball. And now another dangerous situation against Bars, who's normally a strikeout pitcher. Allows the first batter to come up. That runner at third will be charged to Verona should he score.
Can't close the book on Verona yet. Well, now Bars responsible for Edmond at second. 2 men in scoring position again here for Newport. That's how this rally got started. They had 2 on at second and third. And lower the bases, just 1 out. Fielder's choice, Captain lowered with 2 out. The pitch, the ground ball bouncing right side. It gets under the glove of the first baseman. Here comes 1 run to score. Edmond will cross the plate. In the second goes Roberts. He will be safe and standing there. And the Newport Gulls play 2 more runs, have a 6-0 lead here in the 6th, and they batted all the way around. Here comes Blaze Salter. That was a miscue by Patrick. I think the ball just bounced under his glove.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated on it, misread it on the bounce, and it just went right underneath the glove of the first baseman. And another defensive mistake here for the Mainers as they've let down their pitching staff with Rayleigh at short and now Kendall Patrick at first. And it would have taken a good play, but I think it should have been a routine ground out at first. So that's another error in this inning by the Mainers.
Second error here. The inning continues. Here comes Salter, who began this inning with a strikeout facing Verona. And oh, how things have changed. Newport has a 6-0 lead. Again, the 6th inning is magic for the Gulls. We're coming back late in playoff games. Now 4 of their last 5. Pitch, check swing. It's foul tipped in the mitt for strike 1. Salter is 0 for 3 at the plate.
You got to credit to the Gulls. They're putting the ball in play, and right now the Mainers defense is just they're not making the plays that they need to make to keep this a close game as it's been stretched out. So Bars try to get things back and get the Mainers some confidence here by retiring the last out.
0-1 pitch from Bars. Breaking ball, misses low, 1-1. Newport Gulls, once again, a big 6th inning in a playoff game. Now they have a 6-0 lead. They're in cruise control here, but there's still plenty of baseball left to play here tonight. The Mainers still have a dozen more outs. And the Newport Gulls bullpen is certainly used up. 1-1. Swung on a high fly ball, deep left field, way back. This one goes, and you can forget about this one. 2-run homer, Blaze Salter. Gulls lead 8-0 here in game 2. Newport Gulls fans go crazy here at Goodall Park as the Mainers fans silenced here. It's been an 8-run 6th inning for Newport. Salter, his 2nd postseason home run. He's greeted by his whole team in front of the dugout.
And that was just a breaking ball left up in the zone by Bars. He made a mistake on the pitch there, and Salter showed why you can't make a mistake against the power bat. He drilled it over the left field wall. 346 in deepest part of left field. I'd say that more is between 321, 330, maybe 340 out there to the left field wall over the top of Central Tire Company and Landry's Furniture over the head, and there was no play for Balzano. That ball was gone.
Here Donald swings to the next pitch. He sees it's a high fly ball, right field deep. Way back it goes, but it's going to be caught on the run by Pagano at the warning track. Deepest part of this ballpark. Out in the right center field, and that finally ends the inning. As the Newport Gulls, a huge 2-out rally, score 8 times here in inning number 6. And they are in cruise control now, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Jack Patterson as the Mainers have yet to get a run across in this series against Newport. They'll look to start chipping away here and use up their last 12 outs as the Gulls have an 8-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine. Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
watch the game or looking for a way to root for your team while they're on the road? Follow all the action on Team Line, the official web broadcasting partner of the NECBL. You'll never miss a pitch. Every audio broadcast is free, or you can choose to watch the live webcast for just $8 per game. Season passes are also available for $200 and allow you to watch every game for every team all season long. Team Line, the official webcasting partner of the NECBL.
This is Nick Poor, lefty pitcher from Boston College, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Welcome back here at Goodall Park, and oh, has this game changed dramatically and in a hurry. Here in inning number 6. 10 men come to plate for the Newport Gulls, 11 in fact. In the 6th inning, 8 of them scored, and it's an 8-0 Newport Gulls lead, and now the Mainers crowd here will try to rally their team. It's had a great summer here in Sanford. First pitch strike from Jack Patterson to Keaton Bailey, who's 1 for 2.
That's a great point. The Mainers have had an outstanding year, 25-17. They've said they've come from behind a couple times here at this park.
0-1 pitch, swung on, a line out towards center field, pretty deep. Vizcaíno going back, he's under it, he'll make the catch, and that's out number 1.
Including the home opener, they trailed after giving up 5 runs in the top of the 9th. They came back and scored 4 of their own in the bottom of the 9th and won 9-8 against North Adams. It was on a walk-off wild pitch, if I'm not mistaken, as the Mainers came out with a big victory here at Goodall. They'll need that kind of effort offensively, down by 8 later in this game, and it's a tough situation between two pitchers. Vrana had a little bit of trouble, but then Tyler Bars came in and gave up a big home run to the bat of Salter.
Or it really is a line drive, base hit up the middle. Gets past Patterson, has to dive out of the way of it. Rarely has his first hit of the ball game. He struck out his last 2 times against Jack, and the second man on here for the Mainers in inning number 6.
And this just tells it all. 7 hits for the Mainers, nobody across. They've left on 5 runners at this point in time. Newport's come through with 7 hits, 8 runs. They've been cashing them in when they get them on base paths for Newport, and it's just, that's what gives you a championship, when you're able to plate runs in big situations.
Patterson's been an escape artist so far in this one. Mainers have left 5 on base. Got a key double play, picked off for a runner as well. First pitch inside, ball 1. Resigno struck out twice. The Gulls have an 8-0 lead here at inning number 6. The Mainers need to get at least a couple of runs across next couple of innings. They want to have a shot and force in game 3. Here's the pitch. Sticking outside, ball 2.
And it's really difficult because Vrana really only gave up 2 of those runs, 3 of those runs. He's charged officially with 5 runs on the night and 6 hits. When a couple of those runs were given up by Bars, he gave up 3 of his own that are charged to him. Recorded 1 out in relief.
To a pitch, line drive, base hit, left field, gets by the Diamond Gamache. Into second, on the way to third is Raley. He's going to stop there. The throw comes into second to hold up Resigno. And his runners at the corners here, back-to-back hits with 1 out.
Yeah, all over that ball, just underneath the outstretched glove of Gamache at third, and it was hard hit off the barrel of the bat. The Mainers starting to swing the bats again here. 8 hits in the game. This is where they come up, and they've struggled so far in the postseason. Runners in scoring position, batting 190 with just 17 RBIs, 2 home runs for the Mainers, 58 at-bats in the playoffs, as they've only been able to bring in 17 runs. So it's been a struggle so far in this postseason. Kendall Patrick, he's been behind against Kilichowski in the first game. He struggled late on the fastballs. We saw that against Vermont too, when they throw a good high-paced pitcher out there. McDade, those other guys from the mound, he's really late on the fastball. We'll see if he can square one up here.
Kendall Patrick, 0 for 2, struck out looking his last time. Bats here, runners at the corners, trying to chip away. An 8-0 deficit. He takes a first pitch breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1. They start stirring down the Newport Gulls bullpen. 8-0 lead here, not insurmountable, not with what we've seen here in the playoffs so far here in 2014 around the NECBL. It's been a wild playoff run for the Newport Gulls, in fact, as the 0-1 misses inside. 1-1. Newport has come back in numerous games and has played game 3 every time. You can't count these Mainers out. They're 24-18 in the regular season, 14-7 on the road. The 1-1 pitch comes inside high. That's a sign of a very good team, and you have a better record even on the road than at home. 10-11 here at Goodall Park.
I think it took quite about half of the season for them to figure out this park. Certainly the dimensions are deeper, and it's a tougher place to hit. They started peppering the corner lines a lot more.
2-1 pitch inside, 3-1. danger of loading the bases here. Just one out for Matt Pagano.
And we saw early in the season a lot of these guys were trying to go yard. Whenever they were up, they were taking big swings. And in this ballpark, you're not going to plant one out in left field like Salter did very often, certainly, as the Mainers only had 9 home runs in the total season. So you got to play to the ballpark.
3-1 is low ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And that means manufacturing a run, working a walk, sacrifice bunts, just finding some open grass on a bloop here and there. Caden Bailey's done it tonight. Now Kendall Patrick works a walk, and the Mainers will try to threaten here once again with the bases loaded for the second time. They had the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. They stranded all 3 of those on 3 straight singles, and now it'll be up to Matt Pagano, who got his first hit of the night, 1 for 2 with a single to center field in that 4th inning.
Left-handed action, the Newport Gulls bullpen. Mark Huberman is working out there. He's been a hero, maybe an MVP even, of the postseason pitching staff for the Newport Gulls. Kevin Long, the pitching coach, is going to come out here to buy some time before Patterson will deal to Pagano. Bases loaded here for the Mainers. They can jump right back in this ball game very quickly. The Gulls can score 8 runs in 1 inning. The Mainers can certainly do it in 4.
You said Huberman's warming up in the bullpen right now. He got the Game 2 win here at Goodall, a 4-3 final. Huberman was the starter, and the Mainers, actually I think he came on in relief if I'm not mistaken, and Chiavarella got the loss in relief. McCoy got the save as the Mainers stranded the tying run at 3rd in the form of Drake Parker. Again, leaving a runner in scoring position. It's been what's bit him tonight. It's been what's bit him most of the season. If I'm not mistaken, Brian Main, our great statistician, figured out how many left on base per game this year. It was 7 per game, if you add up the entire total for the Mainers, and that's a lot to leave on base. There was a streak of about 3, 4 of 5 games in a row where the Mainers left at least double digits, 10 or above runners on base, and that's really going to come back to bite you when it matters the most in a championship series.
Jeff January out to break up a lengthy conference here. Has a few words with Kevin Long as he jogs back to the dugout. Bases full of Mainers here in the 6th, just 1 out. They trail 8-0, looking to break up the shutout and climb back on the board here. Corey Raley, first potential runner for the Mainers, tosses his batting helmet over the 3rd base side up in the air, now puts it back on, looks down at home plate. Here's the pitch. It's taken high for ball 1. Huberman got the save in Game 3 for the Newport Gulls. He did pitch 3 2/3 innings in that contest. So he come out here in short rest. That's a lengthy outing for him. 1-0 is low, ball 2. Catcher can't find it. Jones will pick it up by where the umpire stands. Ball 2 on Pagano. The conference so far has not settled down Patterson, who's about 2 singles and his first walk of the ball game here in the 6th. Mainers have now out-hit the Newport Gulls 8-7.
At least we're winning something right now, trailing 8-0 in the game. The Mainers trying to respond.
This next pitch is swung on a miss for strike 1. Actually, I think the scoreboard is incorrect. It's 8-8, 8-all on hits.
Well, never
right
mind.
now.
We're tied up. You got my hopes up there, Nick. Thanks.
Well, Mainers looking to tie up the score at 8-8-2. The pitch, swinging a high drive
There we
center
go.
field. That's going to drop in for a hit. They'll break open the scoreless tie. 1 run will score. Fielded on a hop by Vizcaíno. It's an 8-1 game. Bases remain loaded. Station to station go the Mainers as Riley crosses the plate, and they're on the board here in the 6th.
And Pagano coming through. He's an all-star for a reason. Again, it hasn't been a consistent basis for the Mainers, but in spurts, they have been able to bring runners across. Pagano gets, I believe, his second RBI of the postseason. No, his first RBI of the postseason for Pagano as he plates another run across the middle. A line drive straight back through the box.
Here comes Kevin Stipakowski. He's over 2. He lined to 3rd and hit to a 4-6-3 twin killing. He's 2 for 12 at the plate with a pair of RBI. Give Pagano his first postseason RBI as the pitch is swung on, hook foul right side and out of play. Mainers now trail 8-1. Tying run a long way off, but that could change very quickly. Patterson going to settle down here. He's allowed 4 straight to reach, and one of them to score here in inning number 6 as the Mainers trying to respond to an 8-run top of the inning by the Gulls. From the stretch, the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, bounce to 3rd, just foul. Rolling towards the 3rd base coach's box where Tim Atwood fields it.
And the only time that the Mainers had trailed, well, the other time, other than North Adams, was in the postseason against the Keene Swamp Bats in the 3rd and deciding game. This man, Stipakowski, came up in the 7th inning and tied it up with a 2 RBI single straight to center field. making it a 3-3 ball game at that time.
Patterson sets, he fires. 0-2 pitch, swung on and foul tip. Just did get a piece of it to stay alive. Drake Parker to follow. Singled, he stands at third base. Patrick walked at second, and RBI hit for Pagano. He stands at first base.
Again, it's been a struggle when the Mainers are trailing late in games. They're 2-24 on the entire year when they're trailing after 7 innings of play. They're trying to avoid that with a big rally here. It would take 7 more runs just to tie it here at Goodall Park.
0-2. Outside ball 1. And they certainly have the crowd on their side here, despite the Gulls fans that made the trip. These Sanford Mainers fans not looking at the scoreboard. I don't think the Mainers are either. They're just looking out at Jack Patterson right now, trying to keep this rally going. And the Mainers fans rallying the Mainers here in inning number 6. From the stretch, Patterson's 1-2 pitch with the bases jammed. It's a ground ball roller. Left side, Gamache bobbles the ball, boots it. Everybody's safe. 1 run comes home to score. And it's 8-2 Newport. That'll be an error. E5 charged to Gamache, second of the ball game.
Yeah, a pretty elementary hopper there to Gamache at third. And I believe that's his second error of the night for Reed Gamache as he booted it off to the left side, to the shortstop side to Edmond. And there was nobody there that could help him on that one. He just had trouble with a slow roller from Stipp, trying to throw before he had control of it, and he lost control of the ball.
Now it's the Gulls who have to settle down a bit. They have a 6-run lead. The tying run still in the dugout for Sanford as Parker awaits the pitch. He swings and fouls it back for strike 1. So 5 straight now have reached here for Sanford. They have the bases still loaded here, 2 runs across.
That brought in Racino to score on that one. And Kendall Patrick's at third with Pagano at second.
Both Rayleigh and Racino have now scored here in the 6th. Patterson sets, checks the runner at first, the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, strike 2 call.
Nice, very big breaking ball from high in the zone down to the lower part of the zone. There's nothing you can do for a lefty hitter. You can see why he's so dangerous against lefty batters. That's a tough pitch to swing at or lay off of for Drake Parker.
Outfield, couple steps back, 0-2 pitches, low ball 1. Should be 2 outs right now. The E5 has kept the inning going here. Only 1 away. Mainer's bat. There is only 1 out. The pitch, that misses. Oh, it swung on and missed, rather, for strike 3. And there is the second out of the inning. Big strikeout here for Jack Patterson. Well, that should be the inning's 3rd out. The error has allowed this inning to continue. We'll see the top of the order. And Sam Bolzano, the Mainers look to capitalize on the E5 here. Bolzano reaching an E5 himself in the first. He's also single and grounded to short. 2 away. Bases remain loaded for Sanford. Bolzano, NECBL veteran, waits the pitch. It's taken for a called strike. Crowd right back into this game. They were not taken out of this game when Newport had the 8-0 lead. They remain loud, and they will remain loud throughout this ballgame. One of the most loyal fans in the NECBL here at Sanford. 0-1 pitch, ground ball, poke to third. Gamache fields. He double pumps, throws to second, posts him off the bag. Everybody's safe. A run comes home to score. Edmond late coming to the bag. That's why Gamache had a double pump. His throw pulled him off the bag. It's 8-3 Newport Gulls, and the tying run comes to the on-deck circle here in the 6th. And here's the 9th man to bat, Sam Dexter. I don't know if you can even give him an error there. That might be a fielder's choice. Well, the throw did pull him off the bag, though.
Yeah, that's what I would think the error would be credited to on the errant throw to Gamache. Yeah, it was a fielder's choice to decide to go on to second base. But I think that based on the throw, I think you got to give another error to Gamache, and that's a tough inning for him. 2 errors in this inning.
This inning should be over twice now. And here's Dexter, who's 3 for 3 against Patterson in this ball game. 6 for 6 career against Jack, and he's going to face him here. Bases still loaded. 3 runs across for Sanford. Here's the pitch. It's taken low ball 1.
Dexter, like you mentioned, having a great night. Hitting a perfect 1,000 right now. 3 for 3, looking for another big single as the Mainers are starting to rally, trailing 8-3.
1-0. He's taking low ball 2. Mark Human still warming in the Newport Gulls bullpen. Bolzano at first. Stupolkowski at second. Both reached on E5. Spagano, an RBI single at third base now, as 3 runs have scored for the Mainers here in the 6th. They trail 8-3. Patterson sets. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and popped up. Shallow right. It's going to fall fair. Here comes one run to score. Here comes another to score. It's 8-5. 2-run single. Sam Dexter, he's 4 for 4 in the ball game. And this is a 3-run game now in the 6th.
Just looping it out to right field, going with the pitch, kind of an inside-out swing there, and just lifting it out to short right field, and that's where the big outfield pays to the advantage of the Mainers, and that brings in a couple of RBIs on the single. You mentioned Sam Dexter, 4 for 4 on the night. What a great swing by the product from Southern Maine.
That's going to do it for Jack Patterson. The tying run comes to the plate for the Sanford Mainers here in the 6th. They came into this inning down 8-0. The score now 8-5, and they can tie the game with one swing of the bat. A pitching change in this game from Goodall Park here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Cup begins on Monday, August 4th, when the NECBL playoffs begin. The top 4 teams in each division face off in the best-of-3 series before the division finals. The 2 teams left standing will then take to the diamond to determine the 2014 NECBL champion starting August 11th. For more NECBL postseason information, head to necbl.com today.
This is Ben Wessel from the University of Rhode Island. You're listening to Mainers Baseball.
It's not over yet here at Goodall Park. Newport had an 8-0 lead. It's now 8-5 Gulls, and the Mainers have the tying run at the plate. It's Caden Bailey who fly to center to start this inning. Newport sent 11 men to the bat in the top half of this inning. They scored 8 times, and now the Mainers have responded. They have sent 10 men to the plate and have scored 5 times, have runners at the corners. That's knocked Jack Patterson out of the ball game. And here comes Mark Huberman. Huberman, a lefty, replaces the lefty Patterson. On the regular season, Huberman an all-star, 1.73 ERA, 3-1 record, and 18 relief appearances, led the team, 1 save, 26 innings of work, 5 earned runs on 16 hits, 18 walks to 26 strikeouts. Opponents only 182 against him. He's only allowed 1 extra base hit this summer. It was a double. In the postseason, Huberman, an ERA of 0, no record, 4 games. This is his 5th postseason relief appearance. I'll give him 23 now in the summer. He has 2 saves in 7 1/3 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opponents batting 154 against Mark. But he may be a little tired. He's pitching on 2 days rest here. Worked 3 2/3 against the Pilgrims in Game 3.
Gotta love the grit of the Mainers right now. Trailing 8-0 after the top of this inning. Brought 5 through in the bottom here, and they're keeping it going. 2 outs on the board. Caden Bailey coming up for his 2nd plate appearance in this inning. He flied out to center field for the first out to start this inning, and he'll come up with runners at the corners, trying to keep the rally going for Sanford.
Bolzano at third, Dexter at first. Tying run at the plate, Bailey waits the pitch. He's taking low ball 1. Bailey is 0 for 1 against Huberman this summer. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 1-0. It's taken on the outside corner, called strike, 1-1. There are 2 outs here in the 6th, but 5 runs have come across for the Mainers, who now out hit Newport 10-8. 1-1 pitch, strike 2 called, outside corner. Huberman, despite pitching a short rest, looking sharp here out of the pen. See how long he can go in this ball game. Newport does not have many other options left available, though. There's right-handed action now in Newport's pen. I think it might be Eric Stone. 1-2, skips in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, taking off for second base, and getting there standing. No throw down from Jones. That one might have hit off his mask, and he's hurt. Time called here.
That's the second time Jones has been hit in the head region with the baseball. This one took a little bit of a bigger bite out of him as he grabs his mask, and he's getting back behind home plate, shaken up visibly.
It's going to be a wild pitch that allows the runner to advance. 2-2 the count. Coombs and the head trainer, Emily Miller, will have a word here with Jones. He's going to wave them both off. We'll get a hand from the crowd here at Goodall. But now the Mainers have 2 runners in scoring position. and this could be a one-run ball game very quickly. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. In the 6th of game 2, do or die for the Mainers. They trail by 3. From the stretch, Mark Huberman. Instead, time called. Caden Bailey steps out. Again, Huberman comes to the stretch. His 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the Sanford Mainers, down 8-0 to start this half inning, played 5 runs. And we have a brand new ball game essentially here as we go into the 7th. Still plenty of baseball left, plenty of time left for the Mainers to come back. Newport Gulls take an 8-5 lead into the 7th, and then make it interesting here at Goodall Park in Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country, with 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni. The league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is John Chuddy from Pace University, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
And welcome back here at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine, as we go to the 7th inning. 8 runs on 8 hits, 3 errors, and 8 left on base for the Newport Gulls. 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left on for the Mainers. It's an 8-5 ball game. Newport on top, and here to take it with the play-by-play the rest of the way, the voice of the Sanford Mainers, Jeff Bowe.
What an outstanding inning for the Mainers to respond after an 8 spot was put up in the top of the 6th. The Mainers come back and add 5 of their own, as Nick Lima beautifully described. We'll head to the the top of the 7th, here at Goodall, and John Chuddy is on the mound from Pace University by way of Goshen, New York. Chuddy on the regular season, first off, he stands at 5'11", 178, delivers from the left-hand side. 2-1 record with a 2.04 ERA, 17 2/3 innings pitched during the regular season with 22 strikeouts, 4 earned runs, 5 total runs against him, as Jose Vizcaino Jr. will come up to bat. I remember watching his dad play for the Dodgers when I was a little kid. Certainly an outstanding ball player with the Blue Crew back in L.A. 1-2 on the night is Vizcaino with a double and a strikeout swing, a sac bunt as well. Chuddy out of the windup, lifted to left center field. Parker on his horse will range in and make the grab for out number 1. Much to the delight of the Goodall faithful, all 744 of them that have packed the house here at Goodall Park. We knew we'd have a great crowd yesterday at Cardines. They always pack 2,000 or so, a big crowd down there. Tonight, Goodall, certainly a great crowd supporting their Mainers every single day, night in, night out, for every single game during the regular season. All 21 of the home games in the regular season. 1 out recorded on a fly out to center field by Vizcaino. P.J. Jones hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance in the 6th, 0 for 1 with a walk as well. Fastball in there for strike 1. If you're Chuddy, you come in with a huge amount of confidence after your offense plated 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And it's nice to see that because Bars came in and looked like he was really afraid to challenge the zone against the Gulls. And he came in and gave up 3 runs on 2 hits as that breaking ball missed off the inside corner for ball 1. 1-1 count to Jones. Bars did not walk anybody, did not strike out anybody. Retired 1 out as that breaking ball drops in low, misses for ball 2. 2-1 count between Jones and Chuddy. Rich Verana, his final line is 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. As Chuddy from Pace University delivers a fastball that skips in there for ball 3. 3-1 count to P.J. Jones. Chuddy's job is to keep it at this score right now, 8-5, to allow the offense that exploded, as mentioned, with 9 runners coming around in that last half inning. Here we are in the top of the 7th. 1 out recorded. 3-1 delivery by Chuddy's a fastball fouled back off the outstretched glove of Stipolkowski, and we have a full count, 3-2. On the road, I'm the personal charging station for Jonathan Chuddy. He likes to bring his cell phone up into the press box and have me charge it at every single game. He thanks me sometimes. In a 3-2 count, payoff pitch, lefty-righty matchup here in the Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series. Fastball drifts outside, ball 4. And Chuddy loses the second batter he faces here in the top of the 7th. Fly out to center field by Vizcaíno to start this one. And a walk to the second batter, the first walk of the night for Chuddy here in his first inning. Tyler Green, who's 0 for 3, grounded into a 5-2 fielder's choice for the second out in the 6th, where everybody +1 came around for the Gulls in an 8-run inning. 1 out, a fastball fouled off for strike 1. Left-handed pitcher with the high socks, pants tucked up at the knees. Him and Drake Parker share that same stylish effect here on the Mainers. With a runner at first, 0-1 delivery upcoming to Green. Fastball, actually a little off speed to that one, misses high, ball 1. 1-1 count between Chuddy and Green. The bottom of the order, combined 2 for 9 tonight for the Newport Gulls. 1 hit for Gamache, 1 hit for Donlin. Reached on an error, but he still has 1 hit. He doubled, and he reached on an error in his last plate appearance. Fastball in the corner for strike 2, 1-2 count. As Verano was touched up, his stat line is not going to look very impressive after this one. But he left those runners on, and Bars gave him through in the 6th inning. Fastball off the corner, swung on and missed, strike 3. As Green goes to 0 for 4 with a strikeout swinging. And a great fastball off the outer half from the lefty hurler, John Chuddy. His first strikeout is the 3rd batter he's faced here in the top of the 7th. A 2-run home run highlighted the top of the 6th for the Gulls by Blaze Salter. That was after they already went around the order. Runner at first takes his lead. 2 outs, delivery by Chuddy, a ground ball to the right side. Dexter to a knee, throws on to first, final out of the inning. Gamache goes to 1 for 4 with the ground out to Sam Dexter for out number 3. And the Mainers fans are delighted with one runner left on by Newport in the top of the 7th by way of a walk. No hits, no runs, no errors for the Mainers. And they will bring up in the bottom of the 7th inning Corey Rayleigh, Mike Racino, and Kendall Patrick against the reliever Mark Huberman for the Newport Gulls. 8-5 your score heading to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Goodall Park on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NECBL stats and box scores but can't get to every game? Look no further than your smartphone. Visit NECBL.com to download the Point Streak app to have access to live box scores, pitch-by-pitch updates, and so much more. The Point Streak app is the perfect way to follow your favorite NECBL team when you can't be at the park. Available on the iOS App Store and the Android Marketplace. Head to NECBL.com for more details.
This is Dan Hetzel, your right fielder from the Sanford Mainers, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, 8-5 score, bottom of the 7th. As myself and Nick Lima were doing the broadcaster stretch in the middle of the inning there. Kind of sitting in your chair and turning from one side to the other.
Felt good.
It really did.
Stretch the 3-hour bus ride.
Stretch the arms out. Oh, those bus rides. Woo. You know, the players have to play. They get to be on their feet all night. We're sitting. So obviously we're in the sitting position for what, 9 hours during a day? So it's tough life being a broadcaster here in the NECBL. Corey Rayleigh will dig in 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th. He was a part of that big 5-run inning for the Mainers to respond to the 8-run inning by Newport. And he'll come in looking to lead off the Mainers with a hit against Mark Huberman. Lefty-righty matchup. 10 hits for the Mainers, 5 runs, 2 errors for the Mainers, 3 errors for the Newport Gulls. A couple of them charged to Reed Gamache. In that last half inning, he had 2 errors. That really hurt the Gulls from the side of Mainers scoring bats. This one's on a corner, strike 1. 2 RBI single from Sam Dexter. Single by Corey Rayleigh. A single by Racino. Fastball outside. 1-1 count. A walk to Kendall Patrick. An RBI single to center field by Pagano. An E5 off the bat of Stipulkowski, out of the glove of Gamache, and a strikeout swinging by Parker. Fastball in there for strike 2, 1-2 count to Corey Rayleigh. Balzano reached on another E5. Slightly tougher play, but again, he made kind of a mixed decision there, looking to get the lead runner, and then the throw pulled off the second baseman from the bag. 1-2 deliveries, a fastball low for ball 2. 2-2 count to Corey Rayleigh. And then, of course, that 2 RBI single from Sam Dexter added what was a 3-run inning, made it into a 5-run inning. 8-5 score. Bottom of the 7th. 2-2 score. 2-2 count. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3 as Rayleigh goes down looking, drops to 1 for 4.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Huberman. 1 to end the 6th and stop the rally for the Mainers. And here 1 to start the 7th.
1-2 count against Caden Bailey when he Cade him swinging. A big swing. That came up empty for Bailey. And Rayleigh goes down by way of a looking strikeout. Huberman, as you mentioned, 2 strikeouts in his appearance tonight. Racino, 1 for 3 with a single. Takes that across the middle. A little high, but catches the top part of the zone for strike 1.
10 strikeouts now in the playoffs for Huberman. Only Kilichowski has more with 13, and that's in 14 innings of work.
Leading strikeout man for the Mainers, Nick Poor, last night's Game 1 starter. He has 12. Swung on and missed, strike 2, to Mike Racino. 0-2 count, Racino's behind. He struck out swinging in his first 2 appearances at the plate. Did the Maryland College Park product. He's behind, 0-2. Chance of Let's Go Mainers ring out here at Goodall Park. Trying to rally down 3. 0-2 deliveries, a fastball high and outside for ball 1. 1-2 count to Racino. Kendall Patrick reached on a walk. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a fly out to left field. 1 out recorded on a strikeout to Rayleigh. Racino, slightly open stance, waits for the pitch. Breaking ball, misses high for ball 2, a 2-2 count to Racino. It was a little cloudy earlier today. Right now it still looks slightly cloudy, but again, no threat of any weather here at Goodall Park. A wonderful night for baseball. No wind at all here inside the park. 2-2 delivery, off speed, check swing, appeal to first, he went. A strikeout swing from Mike Racino. Could not hold back on the check swing. P.J. Jones appealed down to the first base umpire, Rick Del Vecchio, and he went around. 2 outs in the inning, and another strikeout, 3 in a row for the lefty, Huberman.
Huberman still looking sensational here, picking him right where he left off against the Plymouth Pilgrims to end their season in Game 3.
Kendall Patrick will try to get on base here with 2 outs. The start of 2-out rally for the Mainers. Drake Parker was the second out in the last inning. 2 more batters came up. A big swing and a miss for strike 1, including Sam Dexter, who brought in those 2 RBIs on a single with 2 outs against Sanford. 0-1 delivery to Patrick. As Anthony Chiavarella, I believe, my mistake, Cam Hatch warms up in the bullpen. 0-1 deliveries fouled off. An 0-2 count to Kendall as he's late on that fastball.
At Forgers Field 2 nights ago, Huberman struck out 6 batters. Including the first 2 and last 2, he faced 3 2/3. You get the last 2 outs in the 6th, get the saves. He closed it out, allowed just a hit and a walk.
I thought the ball would go to Cam Hatch at some point during this one, whether the Mainers are winning or not. That bounced in and hit Kendall Patrick. That's a hit by pitch. His second of the postseason. He had 13 in the regular season. That puts him up to 15 hit by pitches on the year. That contributed to his 15 straight games of getting on base. As well, he was high in walks on the regular season for the Mainers.
He's a magnet.
He got hit 5 times by North Adams this season. They didn't like him very much for some reason. So when half of them are provided by the arms of North Adams, it's pretty much one team that's hitting you all season. 2 for 3. Pagano digs in and takes it across for strike 1. But North Adams and Sanford had some interesting matchups this season. 3 games decided by wild pitches or pass balls between the Steeplecats and the Mainers. Lefty matchup of Pagano against Huberman. 0-1 delivers a fastball that misses high and outside. Caught the corner for strike 2. My mistake there. Jeff January had different ideas. 0-2 count to Pagano.
Borderline pitch.
Some groans behind home plate as well in front of the 744 umpires in the stands. 0-2 delivers a breaking ball on the corner. Pagano didn't like it. He turns and has a word for January, and he strikes out looking. Goes to 2 for 4 on the night, and another strikeout for the lefty Huberman as the umpire gives him the get off the field sign, as he's not in a talking mood, as the Mainers leave one left on base. That brings in a rain of boos from the Sanford Mainers faithful. 8-5 your score after 7 innings here at Goodall Park in Game 2 of the NECBL Championship Series. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima bringing you this one from Goodall Park on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Baseball fans ever wonder why our players have such sweet swings? That's because they're using Dream Bats, the official bat of the NECBL. Head to DreamBats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at DreamBat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL.
This is Corey Rayleigh from Texas Tech University. You're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Back here at Goodall Park, Jeff Bowe on the NECBL Broadcast Network, joined by the voice of the Gulls, Nick Lima. No score in the top of the 7th there. 0-0 is put up on the board. Now an 8-5 game. After the 6th was really pretty much offensive for both teams. You highlighted the successes of the 6th inning for Newport this season. The Mainers tried to respond in the bottom of the 6th. They've done that multiple times this season where a team scores a couple runs. The Mainers get back on it and basically attack back in the other direction to answer. Again, it wasn't 8 the last time they did that, though. Against Vermont, they gave up 2 and fell behind early in it, and then they answered immediately with 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning at that time after an hour rain delay here at Goodall Park, where basically a storm came out of nowhere and completely flooded the ballpark. The entire crew and some of the team and some of the coaching staff, in fact, all the coaching staff, were spreading dirt dry to dry this field. Chuddy on the mound, fastball in on the hands is chopped foul by Shane Donlin. Jay Donlin reached on an E6. He's 1 for 3 today. E6 was in the 6th inning, that big inning by the Gulls. He doubled in his only hit of the night in the 5th. That was out to left field, kind of blooped it down the line, went up against the fence. Balzano chased it down, and he legged it out, standing up at second base. So changing the baseballs here at home plate. Tossed back out by Stipolkowski. An 0-1 count to Donlin. 1 left on in that last half inning by the Mainers. 7 total left on by Sanford tonight. Chuddy delivers. This one's lifted slide. Foul and out of play. There's an 0-2 count to Donlin. Correction on that. 8 left on by the Mainers, as they left a couple on in the 6th inning as well. So 0-2 count to Donlin. Chuddy from the windup. Off-speed pitch misses high for ball 1. A 1-2 count. It's been fun being around the Mainers all season, traveling all these games, being a part of the broadcast in my first season here in the NECBL. It's been quite an experience, certainly one that will benefit all of the players and myself greatly. Swung on and missed. That was caught by Stipolkowski. Donlin thought it went in the dirt, and he goes down by way of a strikeout swinging. You can see on team line, Donlin started to rush down the first base line. Stip held on to it, held it up to Jeff January, the home plate umpire, and that's a strikeout to record the first out here in the top of the 8th. Tommy Edmond, the top of the order, doubled in that 6th inning, his last plate appearance. Ben Roberts is on deck, who reached on an E3. Big swing, misses at that one. Strike 1 as Edmonds late on the fastball from Chuddy. Chuddy's been stellar for the Mainers all year long, a very good ERA, as he swings at a high fastball and misses. Strike 2, 0-2 count to Edmond. To delivery to Edmond from Chuddy out of the windup. Fastball misses high for ball 1, a 1-2 count. When the Mainers and the Gulls face in the division semifinals in the past, it's been 3 of 4 gone the Gulls' way. 1-2 count. Breaking ball in the corner, strike 3. Edmond goes down looking to drop to 1 for 4. And we've already talked about in the finals that the Mainers have been able to come out with a couple of victories when they faced in this NECBL championship game.
Yeah, they faced off against each other in the division semifinals 2012 and 2013. The Gulls won 4 of 5 games in those 2 series. The division championship series, there was a 3-game series as well. 2009, Newport won it 2-1.
Bunt shown, fastball down the middle, strike 1 to Ben Roberts, who's 1 for 4. It's been the middle of the order. The following man, Blaine Salter, had a 2-run bomb over the left field wall that really did a lot of damage. Tanner Donalds also had a 2 for 4 day so far. Fastball in there for strike 2 to Roberts. The middle of the order has been outstanding tonight for the Gulls. Edmond and Roberts have chipped in, obviously, and scored on a couple of good hits from their teammates and gotten on base, which is the most important part. 0-2 delivery from Chuddy. Fastball on the corner, strike 3. Roberts goes down looking, as he didn't agree with that one either. And another strikeout for Chuddy, 3 in a row through the 8th. Strikes out the side, does John Chuddy. And an outstanding inning for the pitching staff of the Mainers, just to gain a little bit of momentum going to the bottom of the 8th. 8-5 your score here at Goodall Park. Jeff Bowe, Nick Lima taking you through this one on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Such sweet swings? That's because they're using Dream Bats, the official bat of the NECBL. Head to DreamBats.com to purchase pro-quality adult wood bats, youth bats, baseball accessories, and engraved trophy bats and balls. Also be sure to check out the Dream Bat Smoke Aluminum BB Core Bat, currently being used nationwide in high school and college baseball. Enter coupon code NECBL for 10% off your entire online purchase. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter at Dream Bat Company, a quality baseball product since 2005 and the official bat of the NECBL.
This is Ryan Johnson from Vanderbilt, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Mark Huberman back on the mound to work his second inning of work. He came on to retire the final out in relief of Patterson, who worked 5 2/3, who allowed 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts for Patterson. Looked very good, but the Mainers exploded against Huberman. Those runs charged to Patterson, as Huberman will come out and face Stipulkowski, Drake Parker, and Sam Balzano here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-run game, 8-5 your score here at Goodall Park, as the Mainers trying to force it to a deciding Game 3. Down 1-0 in the best-of-3 series for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. Cam Hatch warming up in the bullpen. Stipulkowski digs in. He's been in the right-handed batter's box all night, bat on the shoulder. First pitch from Huberman is a fastball high for ball 1. Stips 0 for 3, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. You say the 9th double play of the season at that time for the Newport Gulls. And he also reached on an E5 as well. 1-0 deliveries, a fastball in there for strike 1, a 1-1 count.
40 this summer combined between the regular and postseason for Newport.
That's pretty impressive. 1-1 count to Stipulkowski. Huberman set at the ear. High leg kick, strides towards home. Slider drops in over the bat, strike 2. 1-2 count to Stip. It's amazing that the Mainers have been able to do so outstanding with the batting average being at where they have been for most of the season, batting in the low 200s as a team. 1-2 delivery, misses low, ball 2. But that shows you where baseball is played nowadays in the college game. It's all about pitching and having a deep rotation that can get you into the postseason. And if you can score 3 or 4 runs on top of that, if you have outstanding pitching, you can hold a victory in the college game. 2-2 deliveries, a fastball that skips in there for ball 3. 3-2 count. You see that in Major League as well. It's kind of turning more towards a pitcher's friendly game. The All-Star game, which used to be in double digits for both teams, has now been a 4-3, 5-2 game over the last few years.
Much closer.
3-2 count between Stipp and Huberman. Bat on the shoulder, waits the pitch. Fastball drilled right at the shortstop. They'll say he caught it on a fly. And a line out to Edmond. Stipp hit another line out. He lined out to the third baseman in the second. both of those had something in common. They were both kind of dying line drives as they got to the glove of the defensive player, as that's a line out to short for the first out. Drake Parker, 0 for 3, struck out swinging in a big situation for the Mainers in that 6th inning. He had a couple of runners on. Stipp reached on an error, and he had Matt Pagano on as well. And he takes that one outside and low, ball 1, 1-0 count.
First out recorded by Huberman, not a strikeout. He struck out the sider on a hit batter in the 7th, struck out Bailey to end the 6th.
Mixing a hit by pitch against Kendall Patrick, and he's had a solid game other than that one mistake in relief for Huberman. Ground ball to the right side, 3 unassisted, as Salter taps the bag for out number 2.
Newport Gulls just 4 outs away here as the Mainers still trying to force that game 3, but they need 3 runs.
Sam Balzano is 1 for 4. Singled in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 6th. A tough inning for Reed Gamache over at third base. A fielder's choice decision, but the errant throw allowed all the runners to be safe. Sam Dexter was 4 for 4 on the night in the hole. 2 outs. They're on deck, Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. A 1-0 count to Balzano. 10 hits, 5 runs for the Mainers. 8 hits, 8 runs for the Gulls. 5 total errors, 3 for Newport, 2 for your Sanford Mainers. 1-0 delivery is a bunt shown. He takes it outside for ball 2. 2-0 count to Balzano. And I don't think that the Mainers faithful have stopped clapping since that bottom of the 6th inning when 5 runs have come across, and you love to hear it here at Goodall Park. 2-0 delivery to Balzano from Huberman. Corners in for Newport. Fastball over the corner, strike 1. Dexter, 2 RBI single, wants to come on here. 2 outs against the Mainers. Cam Hatch once again throwing in the bullpen. Off the end of the bat, right back to Huberman. Takes it off the hip, tosses it on to first, and that's the final out of the inning. Balzano goes to 1 for 5 with the pitcher to first baseman put out, going 3-1 there on the final out of the inning. We'll go to the 9th, a 3-run game between the Gulls and the Mainers. In Game 2, the deciding game of the NECBL Championship Series, taking you through the 9th inning, will be the voice of the Newport Gulls, Nick Lima. Should the Mainers tie it up, though, I'll take it over.
It'll be all yours.
And we'll go to break here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The New England Collegiate Baseball League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 12 teams spread throughout 6 New England states and over 100 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains nearly 500,000 fans from June through August each and every summer. Student athletes who come from all parts of the country partner with some of the region's most scenic communities to offer what summer baseball at its finest is meant to be. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit the NECBL online at necbl.com.
This is Matt Harris from St. John's University, and you're listening to Mainers Baseball.
Welcome back here at Goodall Park. 9th inning we go. The Newport Gulls need 3 more outs. They have a 3-run lead, top of the 9th. They'll send Blaze Salter, Tanner Donalds, Jose Vizcaíno Jr. to face off against a new pitcher here for the Sanford Mainers.
Yeah, Cam Hatch, the normal closer, has a different responsibility tonight. He has 8 saves on the regular season, 3 here in the postseason. It's been stellar. He's from Vernon, Connecticut, by way of St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas, standing at 6'2", 220, left-handed pitcher. He has a 0 ERA in 3 games in the postseason, 3 saves, 3 innings of work with 7 strikeouts, and he's been unhittable for the Mainers pretty much the entire season, in giving him a berth in the All-Star game as well, representing the Moose.
Hatch's first pitch, just outside ball 1 to Salter, the 2-run bomb, and his second at-bat of the 6th. Newport sent 11 men to the plate in the 6th. They scored 8 times, but the Mainers responded with 5 runs of their own in the bottom of the inning. They trail 8-5, the 1-0 pitch. Called strike, 1-1 on Blaze Salter. You can imagine he's amongst the top 2 or 3 in this league in consideration for the MVP of the NECBL in 2014. Those season-ending awards will be announced next week. Hatch sets a 1-1, ground ball roller. A little bleeder to the shortstop. Up with it, Israeli. He throws to first, and there's one away in the top of the 9th. Round out 6-3. We'll bring up Tanner Donalds, who's 2 for 4. Now, the Gulls have not faced Hatch at all this summer. To see him for the first time in the bottom of the ninth. Due up for the Sanford Mainers will be Sam Dexter to lead things off. He's 4 for 4 in this ball game. Caden Bailey, then Corey Rayleigh, and if it gets there, Mike Signo. First pitch strike on the outside corner to Tanner Donalds. 0-1. 4 Newport Gulls remain on this team from the 2013 squad that was 1 win away from a championship as the pitch bounces in there for ball 1. Ben Roberts, Shea Donlin, Eric Stone, Mark McCoy. Mick Van Vossen was here much of the summer as well. Had to go home early to exceed his pitch count. Worked 99 innings in the spring. 1-1 is swung on and a bloop in the air to shallow left center field. It's going to be caught on the run by Balzano, and that's out number 2.
Great play by Balzano, ranging from the left field side, and that's back-to-back flyouts for Tanner Donalds. And at first, initially off the bat, I thought that was going to drop in there, but great speed by Balzano to cut it off as it hung up a little bit higher in the air there. And Balzano records out number 2.
Here's Vizcaíno Jr. He doubled and scored in the 6th. It's an 8-run inning for Newport. Mayor's been shut out in this series now every inning except for the 6th where they scored 5 runs. The pitch taken high, ball 1. And they still have 3 outs left to work with and have a 3-run disadvantage.
That last pitch was 87. Cam Hatch can rock it in there at a 92.
This next pitch, off-speed delivery. This is low, 2-0 for Vizcaíno.
Big kind of speed differential there. It's 74 on that off-speed breaking ball.
2-0 from Hatch. Breaking ball, chopped third base side. Roller for Bailey. Behind the bag, he throws a long way to first. Picked by Patrick, and that's the out that retires the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning here for Cam Hatch, as expected. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. We'll keep it right here live as the Sanford Mainers need 3 runs to force a tie and 4 to force a game 3. And coming back out is Mark Huberman. He had the save in game 3 against the Pilgrims just 2 nights ago. He worked 3 2/3 innings tonight. He's looking for a 3 1/3 inning save. He's kept his pitch count low. He's retired 7 of the 8 he's faced, and he comes out here looking for his toughest save again of the summer here in the ninth.
It's been pretty impressive all season here at Goodall Park. This is probably the largest deficit they've faced since that North Adams game 1 here at Goodall Park in the bottom of the ninth. And their pitching staff has held them in games. It's been 1 or 2 run games here at home. I don't remember in even one time getting blown out inside this park. It went late into like the 12th inning against Laconia, and they put 5 on the board to a 10-5 loss, and that was just on a 3-run bomb from the lefty bat of Ben Smith and a couple of big hits from there. But that really just decided the game there in extra innings, and that's one of those situations where a pitcher makes a mistake, and there you go, the game is over type of situation. Right now, the Mainers are trying to rally back down. Only 3 runs. Again, they came back multiple times in this ballpark. There's been walk-off after walk-off, at least a handful of walk-offs inside Goodall Park, including against the Keene Swamp Bass to decide Game 3 of the semis. And it's just been a never-say-die type of team here this year for the Sanford Mainers. And that's what's led them to this championship game. That solid pitching. The bats haven't been where anybody's want them to be, but they've done enough, obviously, to be here today. And they'll count on them one last time here in the bottom of the ninth.
The Mainers faithful look to rally this team one more time. They're down 3 runs. Bottom of the ninth. Newport Gulls 3 outs away from their 6th league title. No team other than the Gulls has even gotten to 5. Swamp Bats with 4. Sam Dexter, 4 for 4 in the ball game, will face Mark Huberman for the first time. He faces his 9th batter. The pitch is taken high, ball 1. He's retired 7 of them. 8 of them, in fact. 1 via hit by pitch, 4 strikeouts so far for Mark. 1-0 pitch. On the inside corner, a called strike. 1-1 is Sam Dexter. Now the Newport Gulls, led by Mike Coombs. This is his 10th season as manager. And once again, Coombs, who was along with those players who returned from last year, 1 win away. The pitch taken high and in, 2-1. Kevin Long, 4th-year pitching coach alongside him. They were both on that field in 2012 when the Gulls won at an away ballpark against the Danbury Westerners down at Rogers Park. 2-1. This is lowered inside, 3-1. Gulls general manager Chuck Pava in front row of the stands here tonight, along with about 150 Gulls fans. And Chuck has run this team now for 14 years, going back to 2001. 3-1 pitch. That's low, ball 4. And the first man is on for the Mainers here in the ninth. Sam Dexter has reached base 5 times in the ball game. Now bring up Caden Bearley, who's 1 for 4.
Dexter 4 for 4, 2 RBI single, a single to right, single to left, single to right for Dexter. An outstanding game for the Mainers, going out on a very positive high note. At least if the Mainers are unable to rally here down 3, the tying run is on deck. Caden Bailey's in charge of keeping it with no outs and moving the runner to station.
Huberman sets, fires the pitch. It's taken for a called strike, outside corner to Bailey. Mike Coombs sticking with Huberman here. Well, there is right-handed action just in case in Newport's bullpen. Huberman shakes off a sign, legs what he sees. He sets, looks at first, the 0-1 to the plate is taken high, 1-1.
Yeah, an awkward delivery from Huberman. He kind of stepped towards first like he was decisive about whether to throw over to check on Dexter or to bring it to home plate, and it led to a breaking ball sailing high.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is taken high, 2-1.
Another off-speed pitch way up out of the zone, causing Bailey to kind of dart his head out of the way to avoid getting hit by the pitch.
Corey Raley waits on deck as Caden Bailey. That's here from the left side. The pitch is taken for a called strike on the outside corner. And the count 2-2. Raley struck out 3 times in the ball game, 11 now in the postseason. From the set, Huberman, the 2-2 pitch. Swing a ground ball, foul, back towards the backstop. A reset, do it again. The Fay Vincent Senior Cup is here at Goodall Park. Brought here tonight by NECBL Commissioner Sean McGrath. Will the Newport Gulls hoist it here on away turf? Or will this come down to game 3? The Mainers need 3 runs here in the ninth. A runner at first, nobody out. A 2-2 pitch from Huberman is taken up high, ball 3. Count is full.
Every pitch that's been out of the zone has been way high out of the zone from Huberman. As he's losing a little bit of control here, the Mainers have to stay patient and make him deliver as many pitches as possible as he's losing a little bit of control of his fastball and his breaking ball here.
Payoff pitch, taken high and in, ball 4. And the tying run comes to the plate for the Mainers here in the ninth.
And quite a bat to have at the plate. Raley batting over 400 in the postseason has come up big for the Mainers so far. Getting on base, allowing runs to score for this Sanford side. Runners at first and second. Raley will get a quick conversation with manager Aaron Isaric. A big situation. Again, no outs against Sanford as the number 4 hitter, who is 1 for 4 with a single to center field in the 6th inning. An inning where 5 runs came across for the Mainers will come up, trying to drive one in scoring position. Sam Dexter out at second.
Game on the line. Season on the line for the Mainers. Bottom of the ninth at Goodall Park. The runners at first and second. Huberman sets and fires. It's taken for a called strike to Raley. Raley struck out looking in the first and 7th, swinging in the 3rd. He singled and scored in the 6th. 1 for 4 in the game. He bats as a tying run here in the 9th. Runners at first and second. Infield, a double play depth. The 0-1 pitch is inside, ball 1 from Huberman.
That one sent Raley darting out of the way of that one. Some O's from the crowd. Thought he was going to get plunked by that high pitch in off the corner.
744 fans pack Goodall Park. They try to will their Mainers to a game 3. The 1-1 pitch is swung on, popped up. Shallow on the outfield. In comes Donalds. He's under it. He makes the catch. And there's one away here in the 9th. A double play ball could end it. But the Mainers still have 2 outs left to work with. And here comes the DH.
Mike Racino has outstanding power. He was in the home run derby at the All-Star weekend, and he drilled 4 home runs and had 23 points in the All-Star home run derby. Excuse me, Stevie Berman is batting. My mistake there. A pinch hit situation. Now Stevie Berman will get the bat for Racino. So my build-up there didn't really plan out as Racino finishes his night 1 for 4. And Berman, who's huge with runners in scoring position, over 400 for most of the year, will come up with a runner at second.
Berman 0 for 1 in the series. He ground to 3rd in the 8th inning, pitch hitting last night. He takes the first pitch strike on the outside corner from Huberman.
And Berman's gone through a little bit of difficulties. He had soreness near the end of the regular season. He's been in and out of the lineup. He's mostly in the DH spot. He would, if the Mainers can tie it here, we'll go to extra innings. He'll stay in the DH spot.
0-1 pitch, wild pitch, bounces to the backstop. Runners will take off for second and third. And the tying run still at the plate here as that one bounced off the plate. It's ball one. 2 runners in scoring position. That erases the double play possibility here. Huberman has to worry about 2 men in scoring position. Kendall Patrick waiting on deck. Berman, the pinch hitter, at the plate. It's not over yet here at Goodall Park. Newport still leads 8-5. The tying run remains at the plate for Sanford.
And that one just hopped in over the shoulder of Jones as Huberman kind of grounded it. It might have hit off the front of the plate as well. It took a very big hop.
Huberman sets a 1-1 pitch, swinging a high drive towards right field, pretty deep, going down the line, hooking, foul. Home run distance for Berman, but foul by about 30 feet. And that would have been a game-tying home run if it was about 35 feet to the left.
Yeah, it went over the wall, just to the right, over the league champs sign and to the majors down the right field line. And it was just foul and over and out of play. If it would have been, like you said, a few more feet into fair ground, that would have tied this thing up from one swing of the bat from Stevie Berman.
The Gulls, the Mainers, both on their feet in their dugouts. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing a ground foul ball back to the screen. Dexter and Beerley with leadoff walks stand at third and second respectively. 1 away, bottom of the ninth. Game 2 NECBL Finals. Newport a 1-0 series edge, looking to close it out here at Goodall Park and hoist their 6th Fay Vincent Senior Cup. But
Donald's moved back a little bit out in right field as well. He's playing a little deep on Berman. Sorry about that, Nick.
Playing very deep now, up on the warning track. 1-2 pitch. He's taking a strike 3 called in the inside corner. Berman disagrees. He points to the umpire, points down to where he thought that pitch was, but it is the 5th strikeout for Huberman, and the Newport Gulls are 1 out away.
Outstanding pitch on the corner there. There's nothing Berman could do with that. Even if he offered his bat to it, it would have been a tough pitch to put in play, and Berman might have had a little bit of an argument there, but you're not going to win with the home plate umpire, certainly, as Jeff January rings him up for strike 3. Kendall Patrick will dig in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch on the night.
It all comes down to this. Kendall Patrick, first baseman, catcher for the Mainers. Takes a practice swing, will step in as Huberman is ready to throw. Runners at second and third, a 3-run advantage for Newport. They lead 8-5 in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Huberman from the stretch. The pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Patrick is 0 for 2. A walk, a hit by pitch, a run scored, a strikeout, a fly out to left. Newport trying to win their first NECBL championship ever against the Mainers in their 6th overall. Huberman sets. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul. And the Mainers are down to their last strike. It all comes down to this. A long summer, starting in early June for these players who come here from all across the country. And now here at Goodall Park on August 12th, the Newport Gulls are 1 strike away from a title. Huberman looks in for the sign from P.J. Jones. Likes what he sees. He comes to the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The Newport Gulls are the 2014 NECBL champions. The Gulls, for the 6th time in franchise history, will hoist the Fay Vincent Cup. And the Newport Gulls defeat the Sanford Mainers, sweeping them in 2 games, winning it here tonight at Goodall Park. 8-5 the final score. Gulls win it here tonight as the Gulls win here at Goodall Park for the first time ever. Newport defeats the Sanford Mainers in the championship round, and the Mainers and the Gulls and the NECBL 2014 season comes to an end. The Newport Gulls mob Mark Huberman behind the mound. Huberman gets his 2nd toughest save of this postseason, and the fans here applaud the Gulls and the Mainers for what a season these 2 teams had. The Northern and Southern Division champions of the NECBL, and the Gulls mobbing Huberman, mobbing their entire team out there behind the mound. They're the champions of the NECBL here in 2014. Sean McGrath brings the Fay Vincent Senior Cup out towards home plate as the Gulls still mobbing each other out behind the mound. The Mainers lining up to shake hands. What a series this was for the Newport Gulls as they win 2 straight against Sanford sweeping the series, winning Game 2 here tonight, 8-5.
What an outstanding game, though. That 6th inning was just one of the things that you'll talk about for the rest of pretty much, college history. The Mainers, I know they've had some great experiences. Drake Parker told me that the walk-off win in Game 3 against Keene was one of the greatest baseball games he's played in. It's outstanding. That's what summer memories are all built on. This summer league is put here to help players develop, but also build, these kind of towns, these big cities supporting these teams, and it's just a great situation. Certainly NECBL, one of the best leagues in this country, and it's just an outstanding finish for the Newport Gulls. The Mainers came that close, 3 runs down with the tying run at home plate, and they fought hard, they fought back, had an outstanding year. I can't say enough about my experience here in Sanford and how awesome a season this was in my first year as a member of the Sanford Mainers, and it's really just a great thing to be a part of. They came up short, but again, the Mainers made it all the way here. They vanquished their rival Vermont in the finals in the Northern Division, and they have a lot to hang their hat on, winning 24 games, the highest ever one other manager, Aaron Isaric, coming that close to tying the record for a win streak with 8. The record is 9. All these guys are outstanding, and I've been able to talk to them all season long. Big thank you to manager Aaron Isaric for joining me on the pregame show, all the players all season long for joining me here. Always the sponsors on the Legends on the road games for sponsoring this season and sponsoring the broadcast. Really appreciate it, and just tip your hat to the Newport Gulls. They are the champions of this year, and congratulations, Nick.
Aaron Isaric, outstanding job coaching this club. Of course, he was with the Mainers as a player in 2004 when they won the championship at Cardines Field.
And that's one of the reasons why he's returned for his 6th season, because he loves it here.
Let's pick up NECBL Commissioner Sean McGrath.
It says a lot when nobody leaves the ballpark before the last out is made, so congratulations. First of all, I would like to introduce John Webb, the general manager for the Sanford Mainers, who, as you all know, none of this is possible without dedicated volunteers and a great community organization, and Sanford has one of the best. Sarah, Matt, Becca, Jason St. Jean, the first year general manager for the Sanford Mainers, did a tremendous job. And on behalf of the NECBL, I can only say congratulations on a great season. We are very much looking forward to being back here in Sanford and Goodell Park next year for the 2015 All-Star Game. And again, just want to say congratulations to Aaron, your coaching staff, and your entire roster. You represented the Mainers, Sanford, and the NECBL admirably throughout the season. So congratulations again. And now to the 2014 NECBL champions. Come on up, guys. This is Newport's 6th NECBL championship in 11 appearances. This is the 3rd consecutive year they have been in the NECBL championship, and they've won 2 of 3. And this is a great tribute to the hard work from Chuck Pava, the team's general manager and president, Greg Fader, Ron Westmoreland, Mark Moran, Chris Patsos. And again, congratulations, guys, on a tremendous season. You came out and had a wonderful postseason, and have at it, guys. Congratulations.
There you have it. The Newport Gulls raise the Fay Vincent Senior Cup here at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine.
Thanks for coming out. It's been a great season.
NECBL Commissioner Sean McGrath presents to them the Newport Gulls 25-17 in the regular season, just to get to that win mark that they would now strive to every year in franchise history. The toughest Julys in team history. They turned it around the final week of the regular season, a 6-game winning streak, won 7 of their last 8 regular season games, and they win 6 out of 8 postseason games en route to their 6th NECBL championship. And Jeff Bowl, before I hand it back over to you to sign off here in 2014, I want to thank the fans that have tuned in to Newport Gulls baseball and baseball in general on the NECBL Broadcast Network all season long. It's been an outstanding season here in the NECBL covering this league. I've been with the league now for 11 years, and this might be my last one, but I want to thank all my listeners and viewers around the NECBL Broadcast Network who've tuned into this team and to this incredible league that has provided such a great level of play for so many years.
And if that is the case, I'm honored to share the booth with you. If it is your last game, really.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
First class all the way. The entire Newport organization is first class. It's certainly been awesome. I know I'm the new guy here, but obviously it's been great for me to be a part of it in my first season. So,
thank you, Jeff. And I just wanted to also thank the people that made it all possible as the Newport Gulls. Take a team photo down there. The executive producer of Gulls Baseball, Tom Lima, our producers, Shannon Collison, Rob Sanchez, Maddie Peters, Blair Schneider, Courtney Gardall, Gian Ruffin, Arthur Smith, our statistician Captain Mary Norcross, Tim Scott, our pregame show host, along with Hillary Costa, Milka Tolich, and Everton Carter. In addition to the Newport Gulls front office staff who have made everything possible here for our broadcast production and have always supported us over the course of the last decade, and it's been quite a ride covering Newport Gulls baseball as they hoist the Fay Vincent Cup here for a 6th time at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine. Again, the entire team down there with the owners, Ron Westmoreland, Greg Fader, Chuck Pava, Mark Horan, taking a team photo down there with their coach and their head coach, Mike Coombs, and what an incredible career he's had here in the NECBL. This is his 4th Fay Vincent Cup, 2005, 2009, 2012, and now here in 2014 as the Gulls. We also won in 2001 and 2002, won their 6th Fay Vincent Senior Cup, and the Newport Gulls, the 2014 NECBL champions. I'm Nick Lima here at Goodall Park. Jeff Bowl, thank you for allowing me to have the call in the 9th, and it's fun working with you for 3 games here this season. Didn't work out the way the Mainers wanted it, but that's baseball.
One team has to lose, and, it's just the way it goes. That's baseball, like you just said. And it was an outstanding experience, great games between the Newport Gulls and the Mainers, especially this one. It was nice to see the Mainers fight back the way they did, and I appreciate working with you tonight on the broadcast, Nick.
Thank you, Jeff.
Again, congratulations to the Newport Gulls, your 2014 NECBL champions. As mentioned, their 6th championship as a franchise. The Mainers cannot hang their head one bit. 24-18 on the year. Took it to Game 3. Had an outstanding season. And so many memories will be made here at Sanford and Goodall Park as they're meeting in front of the dugout down the third base line, talking about how such a great season they had, and it was really outstanding to be a part of it. So, again, I'll sign off here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Final score, 8-5. Newport wins the 2014 NECBL Championship. And your Mainers, they gave them all they got and had an outstanding season. Have a great night one more time, Sanford.